And we are live.
Thanks.
Hi.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So, how are you guys?
Oh, hi. What's up?
I don't know. How fast do you think you're all going to die tonight?
Oh, thanks. Everyone keeps putting that juju out there.
I think we'll be fine.
It's not just juju. I mean, for all intents and purposes, y'all have made the wrong choice almost every way possible.
I mean,
on this trip.
Not always.
That's true, but when every option is the wrong choice, you know.
Oh no, there were right choices. Like,
I mean, the right choice was probably just to be sold to the necromancer. Hey, he brought that on himself. He attacked me unprovoked and nearly killed me with a single swing.
Because somebody led him astray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna blame Imp on that one, actually.
I was
by the way, somebody who's not even in the game anymore, just want to point that out.
It's okay, we left him behind and the blight got him.
Probably.
He got mad because you killed his bear.
Hey, he wasn't even there for that. He doesn't know what happened. And it was an accident. The bear got up, started attacking us.
That's true. He wasn't even there for that fight.
It wasn't even fully his bear yet.
Well, he had locked it down.
And then it got back up and started attacking again.
Yep. And then it caught a
That was the dice.
It caught a Jimmy to the face.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you attack unprovoked.
Kill the fairy. Oops, wrong campaign.
No. Which is another thing that's funny. Everyone's been talking about, like, oh my god, Snowdrop is so fucked. She's so fucked.
I love that character.
And I was just like,
Snowdrop,
guys, you forget she has spells and no one's seen them yet. She could easily get out of this situation.
She could, and she actually, at the start of that initiative order, she's gonna have a reaction if she wants to take it.
Yeah, and I have a reaction ability that I could be like, oh, okay, this is a bad situation. Wha-bam! So
I'm not gonna start that fight by just automatically hitting you with 3 attacks in a row. That seems a little too much.
A little bit, especially since you forced me into it.
Yes.
Not that she probably wouldn't have anyway. So yeah. I'm glad you like her character. I'm just happy that this isn't like an actual campaign, because then I would not have chosen her. I'm like, she's so goddamn annoying even for me.
I'm really interested to see how she reacts to what's coming up in the next 2 sessions, because now all the like getting to know people and shopping and stuff is out of the way, and we can get to the real meat of the story.
Yep.
All combat?
A little bit of combat. There's a high probability of a riddle as well that you guys will have to solve in the next session.
I'm happy
exciting.
that I'm a robot.
You're our calculator. Solve the riddle. Not that kind of robot.
I was not programmed for math.
That's like Bender in Futurama. It's like, what's blah, blah, blah squared? He's like, okay, I'm not that kind of robot.
Do I look like a calculator to you?
That's pretty funny.
So yeah, tonight is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I believe in the power of us.
Yeah, we're gonna be okay now that I have my fancy candy cane dice. It's gonna be okay.
I don't know. I'm rolling my divinity dice, so it may not be okay.
Oh god, divinity dice, they'll kill everybody, including the DM.
Oh god, it's that powerful.
All of a sudden, you are all now fire-breathing chickens.
And the whole world is on fire after the first attack.
Yep.
I see we've all played Divinity.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, if you've ever seen any of my Divinity streams when we've done multiplayer, there's never a moment when the entire floor is not on fire.
That makes sense.
Oh.
The floor is, after all, lava.
Yeah,
everything in that game
is lava.
is flammable. Like, I swear, even the water in that game is flammable.
Well, no, the problem is everything combines to turn into fire. The big problem is you get poison and acid are not flammable. but any of the acid will turn water to acid. And then if somebody makes the mistake of literally aerating it, it turns into corrosive gas, which then explodes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The problem is it's all elemental combinations and all roads lead to pain.
Yep.
Oh, gee, why? It sounds like Dark
That sounds
Souls.
like this campaign.
Pretty much every fight can be summed up with, I cast fireball.
Oh,
Unless-
that sounds awful.
Unless you have somebody who is hyper focused into the water school, and then they can usually counteract a lot of it, but then there's smoke everywhere and you can't see more than like 2 feet in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah, and because of the
Excuse me,
smoke-
it's actually steam.
Because of the smoke, you don't see all the flammable barrels that are around you as well. And then you accidentally cast fireball and just everything on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Good old Divinity games, walking through fire for 12,000% of the game.
Yep.
See, that's why I play I play one of the summoners, so I could just bring up all kinds of fire totems and stuff all around with it. So
I'm sorry, that
Evie.
talk about Floor's Lava made me think about that YouTube video where it's like, what happens when your dad is a special effects editor?
yeah.
Oh,
And
That's
it's the kid
better.
jumping around from couch to couch and the floor turns into lava.
see, that sounds better than what I was thinking of, where everyone's like high on drugs and Archer and what's her face is like, the floor is lava. And she's like, now
Was that Cheryl or Pam?
it was
That
Cheryl. Cheryl's just like
Yeah.
she's like took all of her clothes off, drops her clothes in the lava, and she's like, oh god, the floor is lava.
Cheryl is my reluctant favorite, like the one that you don't want to like that much, but you do.
Womp womp. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, so who wants to give a rundown of what happened last week and
A recap?
what's possibly going to happen to you this week?
I mean, the recap is basically F me.
I feel like that sums it up.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that was post ogre. So I mean, we started post city on fire / red lyrium raining down upon everything.
Mm-hmm.
Asthea was trying to be incredibly quiet and mind her own business on the ship, and the crew decided that she's a witch. Well, how do we know she's a witch?
Well, does she weigh as much as a duck?
Pretty much. It was how can we kill Asthea by checking.
The problem was that it wasn't all of us trying to think of how to kill Asthea. It was all the NPCs trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
kill
We're
Asthea.
substantially more creative. But mid-argument, boat got halted. We had Darkspawn and explosive, now decaying crew members thrown back up on the ship. Multiple people got thrown off the ship repeatedly,
Including Magnus.
including Magnus, which was unfortunate. Once everything was over, the Darkspawn was taken care of, and we got to relax for 30 seconds. We got to go below deck. Asthea got to sit down, then was promptly interrogated by the hero Ferelden.
Who, by the way, I still want to know what the logic was of dropping his sword when there's a ton of rope on any ship at any given time.
Reasons. I'm assuming reasons.
2 rounds to tie it, then drop it. 1 round to just drop it.
Nobody said he was smart.
This is true. Hero
Yeah.
Ferelden
There's rope, there's rope.
is
Have you watched somebody play the Dragon Age games? The hero is not a smart character.
Whoa,
No, the hero
whoa.
is usually a murder hobo.
I mean, I'm not.
I mean
I'm the queen.
dependent.
You
I
could be a
mean,
queen and a murder hobo.
I'm not a murder hobo. I spared many people. I even tried to let Logan go. And he was like, nah, dog, I ain't having it. And I was like, well, I gave you like 2 chances. Sorry.
true dat.
And even as much as I hated Inara, I even gave her chances and just wasn't having it, bro.
I don't believe you.
Post interrogation, Hero Ferelden collapsed in the hallway. Then the entire ship collapsed. Or all the people on the ship collapsed that weren't us. So we went and tried to find the captain, and we discovered there is no captain. There never was a captain. The captain was not here. And that leads us to the boat is stuck in the water, stuck going the wrong way in the water. The rudder is locked, and everybody is unconscious, minus us, and Magnus has no clue how a boat works.
Sounds
And
about
the
right.
wheel's stuck.
Yeah.
So we pick up where we last left off. With the crew stuck on the ship going southeast instead of northeast. The wheel locked and unresponsive as they continue to sail into unknown waters. Nobody knowing how a ship works or how to navigate said ship. Those who do are currently all unconscious and below deck.
Sounds about right.
Magnus, try as you might, you cannot get this wheel to budge. It's almost as if something is jammed into it and is preventing you from turning the wheel.
Well,
the helmsman that was laying on the wheel, now unconscious next to you, begins to emit a very faint like odor of tar.
Oh, that's not good.
do I throw him overboard?
I mean, that is the question now, isn't it?
More important question is, what is below us?
Water.
Magnus is going to run to the back of the ship and look over the railing to see if he can see anything that might be below us.
Alrighty, Magnus can give a seeing roll, which is perception if you do not have that skill specifically.
Perception, okay. I am disappointed with myself. That is an 8.
So you go to look over the back of the ship and you just see the seawater kind of tolling behind the ship as it breaks through the waves. Even though the wheel is locked, it's still maintaining its speed with the sails down.
Does it feel like we're being pulled, or does it feel like we're being pushed?
It feels like you're being pushed by the wind.
But the sails are down.
The sails are down, so they're catching the wind and pulling the ship.
Okay, hold on.
Wisp with the 11-month resub. Thank you very much. Get some love in the chat for Wisp.
Okay, I think I'd see Magnus looking over the edge.
I
Magnus.
don't see anything. all.
But what are your thoughts?
The rudder won't turn, and we're going somewhere where we weren't pointed originally. I'm guessing there's something under the ship, but I don't see anything.
I'd like to lean over the rail and look.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception, seeing if you have it.
Yeah, it's perception, but perception's a +4, so.
Actually, better than me.
Okay. Double 6 is a 4. 6 is on Dragon Dice, so that's 10, 16, 20 total.
20 total. So when you look overboard, for a brief second, as the boat hits a wave, the water underneath the back end of the ship kind of lowers just a little bit, to where you can see some of that black tar kind of attached to the underside.
Ugh. You know that thing that was attached to our ship earlier?
Is it still attached to the ship?
Yes.
That might explain why things don't work. Well, I mean, we could. Magnus looks around on the deck. Is there any large? I'm assuming it's a boat, but large, copious amounts of spare rope.
There are a couple spools of rope laying about.
Are there any small cannons, or are they all large, normal size
There are
cannons?
no cannons. The ship has no cannons whatsoever.
I thought Asthea had gone on the ship before, been taken down 2 cannons, shown the cannons, and then the cannons, but denied access to fire the cannons.
And now there's no cannons.
And then now there's no cannons.
Are there spots where the cannons once were?
Nope.
What is going on?
Does the rest of the ship look the same as it did when we first set sail, or is this a completely different ship now?
Go ahead and give me a perception roll on that.
Oh God! I'm
All
bad
of
at
you can do
everything.
that. All of you can do
Okay.
that.
Thank God. I have a 0 in all the important stats.
We are all standing together trying to figure things out.
Now, is this just
As
straight
we're
up
starting to look
perception?
around, we're going, something don't feel right.
Is this straight up perception, or is this like seeing or something?
It would be seeing.
A 6, a 3, and a 2. 9,
I ask
11,
because I can get a buff for it.
15.
11.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
What about Esthea?
And I got a 5 on the dragon die.
All right, so everybody but Esthea notices that this is a completely different ship than what you woke up to this morning.
I'm here to ask the questions, not find the answers, apparently.
We're not in some version of that fade. Are we?
Asthea and Valenta, you're the ones that have that connection. I can't feel it. Do you guys feel it?
I felt a presence before, and it was in the direction of where Thea was, but I don't know if that means that something is happening in there that is within the Fade, if we are in the Fade, or she triggered something of the Fade. I'm not sure entirely. But can I tell, since I can't speak for Thea, but since I've been in the Fade before, even before a few episodes before this, can I sense that we're in the Fade?
You're not necessarily in the Fade. You have a bit of the same feeling that you would normally have when you're wandering through the Fade, but it's almost as if you're caught in between at the moment.
So since I have traveled between the fade before, does it feel like we're in the in-between then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, and I didn't even use a mirror. Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. Mm.
And as it's beginning to click in your head, you hear the helmsman that's still on the upper deck next to the wheel, because all Magnus did was push him down, but push him off of it.
That's true.
Kind of groan as he kind of doubles. He gets to his knees and begins to double over as his body begins to convulse, and then it turns into like this black oil-like goo and just explodes across the upper part of the ship and a little bit onto the wheel.
Does this look like what happened to the creatures that were spat up
Yes.
on the ship before?
Yes. Almost
Okay.
like that walking bomb like death throws that the darkspawn and the reanimated corpses had.
Okay, everybody stay clear of the bodies.
Yeah. We're sort of in between the fate and reality right now. However, anything that happens here, unlike the fade where it's all a dream, we're still very much awake and flesh. If we die here, it's as if you're dead. It's like we're in the regular world, just in between.
So, given that Esthea originally wanted to train to be a dreamer and has fairly extensive knowledge of the Fate and how it works, can I do either an arcane lore roll or a magic roll to recall any way to create an exit or entrance from here, or restore the exit or entrance that we were passing through?
Sure, go ahead.
It's actually what I was going to look for at the same time, to see if I can see some sort of doorway, although with her experience it was more mirrors. But can she see some sort of doorway anywhere? She's looking up because she knows how wonky it is. She's looking everywhere.
I rolled an 18.
Nice.
You rolled an 18.
Yep.
What did you get, Esthea?
Shit, an 18.
Yeah.
Not Esthea, Valenta. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know what I was rolling for.
You could do the same thing, the same lore.
Arcane lore?
Mm-hmm.
That's cunning.
It's cunning, yeah.
Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
You both know that there should be something nearby that would be reminiscent of an exit, like either a large doorway or a large mirror or some sort of gateway for you to escape from.
I'm going to investigate the ship and see if I can find any form of, whether it's an actual door or mirror that's being used or something that was added to the ship that may possibly be a exit.
Okay.
I would like to go with her and assist.
All right, so the two of you can give me investigation rolls.
Is this searching?
This is searching, yes. And since you're both doing it, you can have +2s.
Hey, okay.
Oh, well, thank you, Rojan. Okay. Almost the same rolls last time. 5, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I got 11.
With the +2?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled a 9. I got a 3 on all three
Okay,
die.
can you just swap out all your dice? Just all your dice.
Dice jail!
All of them.
These are
just-
brand new dice.
Oh, ooh.
They're getting
That's
warmed
even
up.
worse. You know what? That's fair. That's
these
fair.
these are all, unless it's a magic roll, it's probably a safe bet that I have a 0 modifier to
They
it.
haven't been attuned to you.
So
We have to wait an hour.
as you begin to search through there, you get to the lowest deck into kind of like the cargo hold of the ship. And embedded into one of the sides of the ship itself, you see like an indent that's sort of like in the shape of a mirror, but it's missing its panes of glass.
I will, muttering it so Asia doesn't hear it, I'm going to activate the word I used to go through the alluvians and see if I can pass my hand through it.
And you mutter your activation word, and as you put your hand against it, it just hits solid wood. You feel no glass or anything.
Thea, come here.
Something
Do
I
you
can
see
help
this?
with.
Do you see this right here?
I do.
It might be our way out, but my usual way is not working. Is there something you can do?
Well, nothing that I've done before, but I can give it a try.
Well, if you need help, let me know. I mean, I do have knowledge of this. It's just weird without what I'm used to, my usual way of getting around.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but I make no promises.
All right.
And I would like to, I don't know, maybe this would be a magic roll or something. In the same way that I used my magic previously to manipulate the area around us and create those steps down into the pit, I would like to try to how do I word this? It'd be so much easier if it was D&D.
I know. I would like to identify.
I'd like first I'd like to try and do a check of some kind to determine if there's any residual magical energy from a gateway that used to be here, and if that energy can be restored.
Sure.
Would that be straight magic, or would that be a lore roll of some kind?
That would be probably say magical focus spirit.
Okay. Well, I just happen to have that, so.
Oh shit, son.
That is not a great roll, but lots of modifiers, so
Woman?
it's still 15.
HP Fox's phrase of the night is it's not a great roll.
I have lots of modifiers when it comes to. Oh wait, no, that's a 16. I have lots of modifiers when it comes to
you bring your hand up again, much like you did at the crater near Denerim to create that staircase, and you begin to feel that there is a bunch of residual magical energy, but instead of it just being where this indentation in the side of the wood is at, you feel it all around you and under you.
I'm going to try something, Valentha, but I don't know if it can be done, and I don't know how long it will take.
What were you thinking?
I feel the magic all around us. I would like to stay here for a while and try and focus it into a gateway here.
Can you do that?
I don't know. And if I fail, I don't know what the repercussions may be.
I may not have any magical abilities, but I do have knowledge. Would that help in me assisting you in constructing this door?
It may. I'm afraid we won't know unless we try it.
All right, I'll let you get started. I'll let the boys know what's going on, and I'll come back and I'll do what I can.
All right. And with that, I'm going to kind of get on my knees in front of this mirror thing that doesn't have the mirror anymore. And using both the focus that's in my gauntlets and also trying to utilize that ancient magister's ring as an additional focus, I'm going to begin attempting to kind of collect the surrounding magical area or magical aura into this one spot.
Virgin's
Oh, you're
muted.
muted.
That's why.
I'm sending you something.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
This is going to be bad.
When the
I
DM
mean-
whispers you something, it's either really good or really bad.
So as you begin to like gather all like your magical focus using the 2 items in your possession, you hear a voice call out to you in your head, and it says exactly what I sent you in DM.
Okay. I am going to do a willpower roll here real quick. That is
I sent you an edit because I realized I jumsed those words.
I figured that's what you meant. I rolled quite high on my willpower there. I will call out in my mind in response to this, not knowing if it can hear me or not, but I'll simply say, I cannot do that. I need them in order to move forward. Then I will attempt to redouble my efforts into focusing this magical aura.
And you get another little message.
I was gonna say they're texting each other. Oh God.
I rolled a leave on scene.
I understand that my actions may require a punishment, but I'm afraid I just cannot do that. I need them in order to move forward. Time for another willpower roll. Also very good. Okay. I'm good at 2 things, apparently. Magic and willpower.
Apparently.
Crap at everything else.
probably in this case a really good thing.
Probably. Yeah.
Like,
We can
Astia,
we
keep
can only
all your
hope.
marbles in the bag, please.
I am going to... I'm going to attempt to ignore it. I am going to close my eyes and begin to kind of hum to myself, trying to drone it out as I focus on the task at hand.
And as you're doing that, as you're drowning it out, well, that very familiar voice begins to ring in your head. And I sent you what they said.
Who are you suggesting? She's gonna mind fuck with all of us.
Mm-hmm.
He's sending me a text message. Oh God.
Yep.
Demons. They're so clingy.
Yep.
I know, right?
I'm only doing this because I don't want anybody else to hear what they're saying.
That's true.
If you like, I can take out my headphones for it.
If it's who I think it is, would I know if this is out of character for them? Like, do I feel like I'm being manipulated in a sense, or does this sound like it is something that would be said?
Give me a willpower faith roll.
Oh God, what's my willpower? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's not bad. 15.
15. It seems a bit out of character. Like, it's the first time that they've talked about something like this in a very specific manner.
I'm going to just shake my head no and be like, I can't do that. You've never asked for it before. Oh God, why do I keep covering it up with my sheet?
I don't know. I keep on sending you messages.
Oh, Rojan! You can't mean the mage because the mage is whom you said we needed to save. I'll shrug it off and I'll keep walking forward.
Again, I can just take my headphones off for this.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like hearing only half the conversation.
So you shrug it off.
Like a real cell phone.
You shrug it off and the voice is silent.
Okay.
And as you do that, everyone hears a cry of pain coming from one of the crewmen's quarters as there's another like very wet explosion like sound from their room.
Blah.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
That's going to take a mop.
I suggest we don't touch any of this.
Yeah, I'm
Just
on board with
principle.
not.
What's going on up here?
More people exploding.
Oh, that's what that smell is. Fantastic.
It's fine, don't worry.
Oh, well, good news and bad news. The good news is we may have a way out. The bad news is we are kind of in the realm between the fate and the real world, which means that we are going to have to be clever in our way to get out, which may or may not be guaranteed. So
What can we do to help?
well, as Thea is looking into it right now to see if she can create a gateway to get us through.
Okay.
I am no stranger to this realm, so I am going to assist her. So I suppose in the meantime, keep an eye out, watch for all the bodies spontaneously combusting.
I suggest we move them, but I don't want to get near them while they're
Yeah.
I mean-
process of.
Well, how about this? I mean, they're all collapsed bodies right now. Why don't we move them into a corner? That way when they do their explodiness, it's all just in one side of the ship.
Well, the problem is if we move them and then while we're moving them, they do their explodiness on us.
Oh, that's
I don't want to get whatever that is on me.
good point.
What he said.
Who knows what it'll do?
Well, all right. Well,
What do you think about we go down there and cover your backs? And if
I mean, there's really nothing down there to cover our backs with, but of course you're more than welcome to. It's just at this point it's trying to. Well, that's true.
I mean, this is the Fade. You might rip something out of it.
That's the thing. It is not the Fade. We are very much awake. We are not in the dream world. If something happens to our bodies here, it's just as if we were in the normal realm.
So
There's no difference there. It is possible. I mean, you're living proof of it right now, but it is possible for our physical forms to pass through here. So it's again not a dream.
We're awake, not dreaming, and in the Fade, which could be lethal.
But again,
is what you're telling me.
But we're not in the Fade. There's magic is a little more limited here, as in the Fade, because Fade can be manipulated, reality and whatnot. While here it could be much more physical and logical, but again, it's not necessarily the Fade, but it could be just as dangerous.
Fade, not the Fade.
Right.
Good. This is why my entire people have no interest in it.
And oddly enough, this is where we have more interest. Lots of interest. My people love this stuff.
You're all crazy.
A little bit.
I second that.
Ross, why don't we move any of the nearby bodies to where they're working out of the way quickly?
Rojan, real quick, have any of the bodies around us that we've been able to see or hear explode, have they always been has the explosion always followed like a groaning or some sort of audible signal that
they pretty much
about to happen?
They groan and then they scream in pain before just pretty much exploding all over the place.
Okay,
Sounds like they're getting like a hot
warning
iron
system.
driven
Okay.
through them, basically.
we have a little bit of a warning signal. So if how much time tends to be between, is it
Depends
just
on the
a split
person.
second?
Enough time to throw them and run.
It all depends on the person.
Worst case, Ross, we throw them in one direction and run in the other.
Were there any bodies down by where Asthea is doing her work?
No.
Actually,
They were either all on the top deck or in their quarters.
Magnus is going to literally stop mid-sentence and run to grab any bed sheets or anything that would have been on the ship.
Clean or currently being used or just empty room?
Basically anything that doesn't have a person laying on the bed, I'm confiscating the bed sheets.
Okay. So you can pretty much take the bed sheets from your quarters.
Okay.
So the quarters of the four of you, I should say.
Okay. I'm going to grab all those quickly. We're not being pretty about this. Ross, we're going to quickly wrap them in these and move them.
Oh, okay.
Wait, who are you moving?
Any of the crew members who are nearby to where Asthea and Lentha are working.
Well, he said there was
there is none.
nearby.
There is none?
No, in the cargo hold, there's nobody. They're all
Okay.
either in their quarters or on the top deck.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's not worry about anybody in their quarters because that's contained somewhat, at least.
You know what? Oh, God. No, because that could end badly, too. Let's move them all to the bow of the ship.
I am a little afraid to throw them straight overboard because that.
I don't want to kill them willingly, but if we can buy a bit of time, I'd like to.
Right. Okay.
I also don't want black liquid oozing down the stairs as we're sitting down here.
That's a good point.
funny. Normally the blood gets off at the 3rd floor.
Alrighty.
I assume you're going to want strength checks from us on this little
Oh, no.
stunt.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you move everyone.
Okay.
Just trying to do it as quickly as possible. And if there's any groaning or screaming, it's GTFO.
All right.
Well, you're going to pop like an egg. Sorry about that.
So while the two of them are moving, all the crew members that are still on the upper deck back down to the quarters. Estia, what are you attempting to do at the moment?
I'm attempting to basically gather all the magic that I feel around me and focus it into where I assume this doorway or gateway used to be. Then once I've focused it there, I'm going to attempt to use it to restore the gateway.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a arcane roll. Magic focus roll. You can do spirit again.
Okay. Decent enough, hopefully. 15.
So you begin to pull as much magic as you can into you as you try to have this door reopen or come to life. And for just a brief second, you begin to see the shimmer of glass before it fades away once again, and then a voice echoes into your mind. And I just sent it to you.
I am going to grit my teeth quite tightly. I'm going to attempt what I just did again, but I am going to try to add my own mana pool and my own life force to it.
Okay.
If I can.
All right.
I'm gonna try and open this thing with a crowbar.
Give me that roll.
That is better than the last one. 12. 19.
19. So this time around, you bring more of the power into your body, and you begin to feed your own life force into the casting of your magic. And the mirror solidifies for just a brief second to where you could see the other side of it. And you can see that inside the a captain's quarters of a ship. And then it shuts itself again. And the voice repeats the same phrase to you.
Okay. Staying where I am. And
I'm going to need a constitution roll from you.
Constitution.
Let me
I can
see.
do Constitution.
Stamina, if you have it.
I do not, but I do have +2 to my con rolls. That is 5, 9, 13.
13. You're still functional, but you're beginning to feel the strain.
Okay, so staying where I am and maintaining concentration on what I'm doing, I'm going to just call out as loud as I can. Everybody get down here right now.
I was already on my way back to her, so I'll just pick up the pace and catch up to her.
Okay. You're muted.
Drop everything and run as fast as the dwarf can.
Yep.
All right. And as you guys begin to make your way down to the cargo hold, let's go ahead and take our first break for the night. God, I can't wait to see what happens, how you guys try to get through this. This is
It's
It
going to be a
makes dream
thing.
work.
this is going to require thinking and teamwork.
Yay, puzzle!
But stick with us, guys. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. All right, we are back.
Jeez. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man, oh man.
Raven just rolled his next roll.
Automatic.
So, you guys all begin to rush down to the cargo hold of the ship, one by one arriving. As the sort of staring at the indentation in the boat.
What do you need?
What's going on?
I believe I can open the door.
You
For
can.
How long?
Only a few seconds.
All right, so we better get ready and rush through.
Yes, there's a problem though.
What?
I don't know if I can get through.
Can we carry you through?
Do you mean
Hold
because you
you
have to hold
through?
it open?
I have to hold it open, yes.
What if we carry you far enough to where, like, do you need your hands out or something, or your gauntlet to concentrate? Can we pull you through and at the last second drop it as soon as you go through?
Well, I opened it just a minute ago, and I had to use my own life force to do it. So,
We've got healing potions.
right, but what I mean is, if I'm not here holding it open with my life force, then it's not going to be open. As soon as I try to pass through, that concentration is broken. I don't particularly like the idea of it closing on me as I'm going through.
Well, that's why I'm saying maybe get you mostly through with your hands still out, and then at the last moment, pull it and drop it at the same time. Worst case scenario, you lose
I
a
lose my
hand.
hands.
Well, better than your
Well,
life.
I have to use both hands, you see, and she kind of nods towards her hands, and you see the gauntlet on the one hand with her usual focus, and the ring on the other hand with the other focus.
Stan, I
Okay.
don't pretend to completely understand your magics, but is it like a door? Could we just wedge it open?
And as you say that, everyone now hears a voice. In order for one to pass, one must be sacrificed.
But you're basically telling us she has to be sacrificed.
In order
I'm
for
just saying this.
one to pass, one must be sacrificed.
So only...
But at the risk of gaining the ire of all of you once again, can't we not just sacrifice the crew?
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking the same.
I don't think they're fully here.
And as you you hear another groan, scream, and then pop.
All right, we have to think fast.
Wait.
What?
Is
what are you
it
thinking?
for each one of us that has to go through, one of has to be sacrificed? Or for all of us, only one must be sacrificed?
For one to pass, one must be sacrificed.
That's
Okay,
an ominous
everyone
gate.
grab a body.
I'm done with you. Do I know where the voice is coming from?
The ship.
But who does it sound like? Does it sound like a familiar sound?
Nope.
Or familiar voice?
Just the voice.
Ominous ship voice is trying to give us a riddle.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
okay sacrificing a crew member. I mean, it's sad, but
Does the
we're on a
sacrifice
mission.
does the sacrifice have to be someone that's here with us now? Or can
Wait,
we
what do
simply name someone?
Oh yeah, how does the sacrifice work, to be exact?
That's a very good question.
In order for one to pass, one must be sacrificed.
Oh, it's on repeat. Okay.
I'm sorry.
shall
Could you just
stand-
bump the needle really quick and just progress to the next part of the track?
It's like ominous mystery door number 1 that is just going to give you the same riddle over and over again. It's enchanted, not intelligent. All right.
I'm gonna go run, grab grab 2 of the nearest, as fresh as they could possibly look, bodies that I possibly can, whatever that means. Also, Magnus, go check the hero.
All right. I'm going to go check on the hero.
He's there. He's unconscious still. Still has a fever though.
Do we have to drag him through as well?
I think so. We may need an extra crew member to sacrifice.
So I come back down with 2 bodies.
Okay.
I try to. Magnus, are you there with the hero now?
Yeah.
I try to, like, this may be weird, but I try to toss one of the crew bodies at the door and see if it opens it up.
And you throw the crew member at the door and he just thuds into the wall and slides down.
Okay. Stab.
You just
He's
stab him?
unconscious. He'll never feel it.
I stab him.
Okay. So as you stab him, he kind of bubbles over and then explodes.
Ah!
Did that?
You're going to take
Did that
7
do-
points of damage, Ross.
All right, I take it. Did that do anything for the door? This is
Nope.
gross.
Nope.
Well, now that you killed it, see if you can put your hand through it or something. I mean, just test it.
I touch the door.
Nothing happens.
Damn it.
I don't like this.
Oh, thing that is on record. Please tell me what we should do.
And again, in order for one to pass, one must be sacrificed.
Sacrifice to what?
Thank you. I had to write it down.
Asthea,
Okay.
did you see anything when the door opened?
I saw what I believe is the captain's quarters. Fully furnished.
So the real ship is back there. I'm not gonna lie, I love riddles. I just take forever to solve them. Oh, okay. I'd have to sacrifice someone. I wonder if it's not working because these people aren't real. We have to sacrifice someone real, which I'm not gonna lie, there's really only us and potentially the hero.
Well, there may be another option, but I don't like it, and it may only let one of us pass through.
Oh, great.
Unless a
Alright.
single sacrifice is all that's needed for all of us to go through. It's still not really that clear.
What were you thinking? Sacrificing the hero for all of us to get through? Because it sounds like we need to sacrifice per entry.
Well, I'm of the mind that in order to open the door, a sacrifice needs to be made, and that sacrifice needs to be here with us.
Right.
These crewmates and the hero, I don't believe they're really here with us, not fully anyway. But I know someone that could possibly make their way here.
You mean get bodies on this side to be sacrificed?
Get a individual on this side and sacrifice them to hopefully open the door for all of us.
Who are you thinking? And is there any guarantee that it will work?
Well, there's no guarantee that any of this is going to work.
That's fair.
recent friend of mine. She has helped me twice now.
You're not who I think you're suggesting, are you?
A sacrifice is a sacrifice.
Well, we would be sacrificing her, so I suppose I'm on board.
I'm not really on board myself, but if it is the only way out of here, well, what's 1 life against 4? 5 if you count the hero.
But if okay, so what I'm troubled with a little bit is that I assume, and I'm going to say this out loud in case I'm wrong, I assume you mean your little demon friend back at the caravan?
And I just nod quietly, but silently.
How do we know that will even work? Because they're a demon.
We don't.
It's true, nothing's concrete. Can't be. Ugh.
But I'd much rather sacrifice her than.
Oh yes, 100%. No, don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand. I'm all for it. I'm just.
But don't be quite so eager. She is a friend, you know.
Well,
Whether you consider her to be one or not.
right. Well, I'm willing to sacrifice the demon. Count me in.
I've heard worse ideas.
Shall we go get the hero? In case it is the hero.
The hero's already here.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I need a hero. Sorry.
And if it doesn't work, what then? Any ideas?
Can we? Is there any chance that if we lend our vitality to whatever it is you're doing, that maybe we can get it to stay open longer?
Why longer? We just need enough time for all of us to get through.
Needs to be stable for a reasonable amount of time.
I mean, a few seconds. 20, 30 seconds, maybe?
Yes, I believe I can open it long enough for at least the 3 of you to get through, but the dilemma is getting me through.
Well,
Right.
Tie rope around.
Little
Pull.
rascal, thank you for the follow.
I still think, I know you need this, but I still think sacrificing a hand is better than your life if it comes down to it.
Well, if I
Garcia?
have a choice between a limb and my life, I'd certainly take my life, but I don't like either option.
Wait. I don't quite enjoy this option, but you said your friend might be able to get here. Might she be able to get all of us out?
She might.
Again, it's something we are not 100% sure, but I'm willing to try it. I assume you could call her. After all, you said it was your second time. I only recall the first.
Well, firstly, it's speaking to me again.
Right now.
Oh, yes,
Was that her texting you right now?
it was.
BRB, don't tell them I'm here.
And second, yes, she has helped me twice before.
Let's argue for another time. All right.
Oh, I will tell you all about it if we all get out of here.
I will listen. Until then, let's get out of here. So,
you hear Magnus just mutter under his breath, I don't want any suggestions from you.
All right.
Oh,
you
shit.
You guys are hearing it too.
Pardon me, Magnus.
oh no, 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 no.
The voice is
Yep.
back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, what did it tell you?
Does it sound anything like the voice of the ship telling us the riddle?
Or like a completely different voice.
Well, now you're muted.
Yeah, you're...
No.
Don't pull a Raven. That's his job.
It actually sounds very feminine.
Does it sound
Oh
like
my.
angry demon lady who...
Nope. It's a voice
Okay.
you've never heard before.
This is a new...
There's only one person who recognizes the voice, and that's Esthea.
Oh, am I hearing the same feminine voice too?
Everyone is hearing the same voice.
Oh, I thought I was hearing a different voice. Okay.
Considering this is new territory for Magnus, he normally does not hear random voices in his head.
That's a tall order.
So
Who is this woman speaking in my head?
let's get everything out in the open, shall we? Before we make a final decision here. Who is the voice telling all of you to kill?
The hero.
I point at Ross.
Oh, we're all
Interesting.
getting literal mixed signals. Great.
I point, or I nod at you, Esthea.
And I'm being instructed to kill Valentha, which
So it sounds like the voice doesn't know what it wants. Or it just wants all of us dead. One of the two.
It basically wants us to pit us against each other.
honestly is not that difficult. But
I mean, yeah, we don't need the demon's help for
Hmm.
that, clearly.
well, I'm not sure that it's actually her.
Who do you think it is?
Yeah.
There are a
Esthea,
lot of very.
Esthea, you know exactly who it is.
Is it her?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one who's been following you this whole time.
I'm sorry, what?
Esthea.
I think we need to get out of here right now.
Yes. So are we going to? Okay, this is going to sound weird. Please take this with a grain of salt. Who are we killing?
I think. Oh, I'm really going to regret doing this, and don't you dare ever say that I do nothing for the lot of you. I think we should go with Ross's idea. If it means I have to sacrifice, I think it was Ross. No, Valentha, it was your idea. If it means I have to sacrifice a hand, then so be it. I will not remain here, and I will not kill the people that are going to take me home.
Well, look on the bright side. She points over at Magnus. His people know how to make prosthetics. They might even be able to wiggle and move, so you may still have a functional hand. We just need to find more dwarves.
That sounds awful.
Well, it's better than having just a nub. What do you think
That
about
also
it?
sounds awful.
All right, let's try it. Ross, I don't take this the wrong way. I know we keep making you pack mule, but you're the biggest of us all.
I'm
Can
already
you
picking
carry?
him up.
All right, thank you.
One moment. I need to make another willpower save.
Yes, you
And-
do.
Oh,
I
that
love
is
how
the
it's-
best one I've made so far. That's that's no, it's equal. It's 19. So
question is, do I notice that Esthea totally sidestepped the "who do you think it is" question?
oh, she did.
Mm-hmm. Like you asked her that, and she's like, "Oh yeah, and just went off doing something else."
Esthea, you sound like you know who the voice belongs to.
I have an idea, but I think this is hardly the time for a discussion, don't you?
So you're
Magnus?
not saying it's the demon?
It's not the demon because, well, I mean, we've all heard her. Doesn't sound anything
Can
like her.
I roll to suspect who it could be?
I don't think you need to roll to
I
suspect.
don't think you
You'd be
could
doing
ro-
that all
No,
the
no,
I
time.
don't
we
think you
know
can
you've
stop.
dodged the question. It's a matter of getting you to answer. But you know what?
I don't know if you can roll to like make a guess.
It's like, am I right? Roll? I don't know.
Esthea, we'll
Okay.
discuss this once we get out of here.
I'm okay with this.
If we get out of here.
Ross is taking a sprinter's position.
I
All
will
right,
actually.
Esthea.
Oh,
If you can help in any way, Valentha,
No,
please speak now.
I will hold on to your waist and I will thrust backwards when it's time. So I'll go up
I
behind her.
hate to do this. I give Asthea my arm.
Ross is going to reach into his belt and give Asthea a health potion and say this first.
Well, I feel like I'm, on a scale of 1 to 39, I feel a 39 at the moment.
That's such a random number.
This is
Why
a very
39?
random number. What are you talking about?
What
Who
was the
does scales of
significance
1
of
to
39?
39?
I feel like this is another kind of
It's a Tevinter thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, all right.
I may need that on the other side, though.
That's
Okay.
true. It's not going to help you now.
Now, your type of magic requires blood, right?
Sometimes.
Do you need more blood?
I'll cut my hand.
He's offering that option already, but okay.
We're all going to sacrifice our blood.
We
Some of
all
it, some of it,
sacrifice.
Some of it.
We all sacrifice.
We
It
all
pains-
offer some blood.
It pains me to admit it, but I'm not quite skilled enough yet to use the
Well,
blood of others.
Level
However,
6 blood mage.
You could have told me that before I cut my hand.
yes, well, you seemed so eager. I didn't want to, cut you down
Is this
right
a
away.
Canary thing? Were you worried?
But I will attempt
I'm
to
fine, I'm
harness
fine.
it if you are offering it.
I am. And perhaps we all should. Even if
If it
helps
will
a
maybe
little.
help.
And who is going to be in charge of pulling me through?
I already am going to get you. I've got you in the waist. That way we could roll backwards. I'm quite quick.
Esthea, are you about to cast magic that you are not proficient in?
I am about to do magic or attempt magic that is not listed in the books anywhere, so I guess so.
Okay, so you're going to make an arcane check here with
Okay.
a -3.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's fair. I still have a positive modifier to the whole thing, so that's okay.
I've heard worse ideas.
We've had worse ideas.
We have. I'm proud of us working together. Look at this. This is teamwork, guys.
And all it takes is certain death.
We're all gonna die. Well, unless we work together.
Unless we
even
get on
then.
the other side, then we'll kill each other. But until then,
Is everybody ready then?
I'll come
No,
up behind
but
you
let's
again.
do this.
All right, and I'm gonna try to like back her up so like my back is pretty much like against the wall. So when it happens, I'm not running and going in.
Would you like us to tie a rope around you?
No, I think I'll just trust in Valentha to get the job done. And I will attempt to do exactly as I did a few minutes prior, harnessing the magic
Okay.
in the area, my own vitality, and that of the people around me. Okay. That is one lower than the last time, so it's a 14.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not as good as I would have liked, but it's
Considering
not
you got a
bad.
-3 on top of it, that's
So
not bad.
you begin to pull in all of the energy once again around you, and you can feel that you're pulling power from the blood of the others. As you focus it all, you begin to see the panes of glass beginning to form once again on the mirror, but this time there's no reflection on the other side as to where it's leading. But it remains solid.
Okay. As soon as I feel that it is in a stable enough state, I will shout at everyone, "Go! Go now!"
So I'll look over and wait to see the other two go first, or 3 technically.
Gonna wait for Ross and the hero Ferelden to go face first into that.
That's not how I wanted to do it, but I'll do it.
Runs right through it like it's liquid.
Go, Magnus, go.
Agnes follows.
Magnus is through.
And I jump backwards and pull her back into me. So she's the last one through.
All right. And as you pull through, everybody jumps through the other side, comes tumbling through, and you're back into the cargo hold.
How does Asthea look? I immediately look at her.
Wait. Is it the same cargo hold? Is there that black ooze?
Asthea, can I get a constitution roll from you?
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna use different die for this one. Let's use the sparkly red ones and the black ones. That feels fitting.
That does.
It actually does.
Oh.
Really?
Wait, what's my modifier? Okay, it's a +2.
Well, we had a healing potion waiting.
It's a +2 for a total of 8.
Asthea looks ghost white and unconscious. And as you're laying in the cargo hold, you hear again, one sacrifice, one passage. 3 days until your demise.
What does that mean?
That's a new part.
So Ross, the potion.
Uncork potion.
Unconscious people can't drink potions.
Oh shit. What? Okay. Question. If the
Force
DM
it
would
down
allow.
the throat like a baby bird.
No, hold on. Would the DM allow it if you did the whole one of us drinks it and forces it down our throat?
I would, but Asthea is going to make another Constitution save versus choking.
Okay.
Because she's not out of HP. She's just
Oh,
out.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
no.
Not like she's bleeding
mind.
out all
Yeah.
over the floor
No.
from losing a leg or something.
Okay. She needs some rest.
Is the
Okay.
mirror still there?
No.
If one of you doesn't mind, can you check on deck and make sure that we're back while I look after her?
Well,
Magnus
is
runs
that
up on
exploded
deck.
body still in the cargo hold?
No.
All right, I go up on deck too.
So you go on top of deck, and now the ship is lost at sea at night. A very crisp borealis is overhead.
Do we have crew though?
No. You are now the only ones on the ship.
No,
No.
captain, no crew, no
No
nothing.
captain, no crew, no nothing. It's you four and the hero.
Yay.
As you hear, your sins have weighed heavily upon you. Blood is the price for freedom.
I mean, we gave blood. So did this bitch just tell us we have 3 days to sacrifice someone?
Yep.
God damn it.
But she said this time one sacrifice is passage. You have 3 days till your demise.
Well, I mean, at least now we have a crisp answer. How's the hero for Eldon looking?
Still unconscious.
Is he breathing?
He's breathing.
Okay.
He no longer has a fever, but he's unconscious.
I thank the Maker. Wait, that's not my religion. Never mind. Damn it.
Well,
Anyway.
time to dump a bucket of water on the hero.
Doesn't wake him.
Well, I was hoping. Well, I mean, Magnus goes up and check. Can I turn the wheel again?
Nope. That wheel is still locked.
Well, that. Are there cannons?
No. Like the
Well.
ship is identical to the one that you just left, minus the crew.
We just jumped into a different part. basically. Think of it like a dimension.
Right idea, still not home.
Mm-mm. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we did really good. I thought we did pretty good. It was teamwork. You're forcing us to murder Hobo. I want you to know this.
I'm not forcing you to do anything. There's a very simple answer here.
In the meantime, I assume there's beds.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and I'll carry Asthea onto a bed.
Well, Athea's going to need rest before we try that again, either way.
All right. What did you find up top?
Same story,
Okay,
different
take-
version.
No crew.
Ah.
This time, at least the sky's pretty.
Oh, that's good.
But
Wait, that's
same
not sarcasm, right? Like you mean like legitimately pretty. Like it's
Yeah,
clear.
it's a borealis. It's got to be at least somewhat pretty.
Oh, well, they would be pretty. All right.
But same story, different version.
Great. Fantastic.
On the upside, at least we now know it's all of us for one.
Okay. Upside. No more exploding Ica for now. We have all of us are here now. No exploding bodies. No danger for now. And we have 3 days to decide, from what I gather.
Yeah,
So we literally have time to sleep on it. How wonderful.
I really like the idea of sleep on it.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I think we all need to just sleep on it
Does somebody
right now.
want to keep an eye on Asthea to make sure she's okay until she wakes up?
We could rotate. I can take first watch if you want.
I can take second watch.
All right. Well,
Yes.
it's been a long day, and even though time has kind of been all over the place, it really has been a long day for us. So I say you two just get some sleep, and I'll call you, Magnus, when it's
Wake
your
me in
turn.
a few hours.
Right. And I will sit next to her. And this is going to sound horrible, but I don't mean it to be horrible. But I'm going to rummage through her stuff to see if there is anything that could be of use to help in this situation.
Give me a search roll.
Okay. Okay. My brain just shut down. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
You find that medallion.
Oh, son of
Full.
a gun.
With
Kinda
a very uncomfortable warmth coming off of it.
I hold it up. I kind of, is it just the medallion or is the chain on it too?
The chain is on it as well.
Okay, so I'm just going to hold it up by the chain. I'm going to kind of look back as the, with disappointment on my face, just like, son of a bitch. Great. I need to think on this. I will keep it. And yeah, if that's all I find that's of use or not of use, I will put everything back in her bag and sit there watching over her.
All right. So how long are your shifts? I have to ask.
I would
How long
actually
does
like.
an elf have to sleep?
It's not like D&D
Okay, so
where
you
I
have
could
to
just do
function
4
normally.
hours. I do have to function normally. So,
Okay.
I will actually go 4 hours. So Magnus has a decent amount of sleep before switching. I mean, we've got nothing but 3 days of time right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
and
I'll
then-
wait 4 hours before waking him up.
Okay.
And
So
you guys
while
know I'm
that is-
in on the watch too, right?
While
Yeah,
while your watch is going on, Estia. Not Estia, Valenta. You hear, that's one for your freedom.
In the same voice as before.
Mm-hmm. Leave her. Walk out the door. And you are all free.
You know, it's funny. You keep trying to pit us against each other. And oddly enough, we're, for the first time, not wanting to go against each other. So you can keep trying. Fuck you. And we'll figure this out on our own.
And you feel nothing. You hear nothing afterwards.
Oh, good, you listened. Just keep watching. Is this before or after I swapped with Magnus?
This is during your watch.
Oh, during. Okay. Okay. Did I see the emblem light up at all? Or do anything
Nope.
when that voice was going off?
Nothing at all.
Okay. Okay.
So when it's Magnus's watch, you hear the same thing.
Before, I'm going to go up to Magnus and I'll be like,
You remember nothing of it.
oh, I don't?
No.
What?
The moment you stand up from that chair, you don't remember the voice.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the voice.
Oh, you're just dropping the chain in his hand?
No, well, I'm doing the whole, like, I have it around my fingers and I'm just dropping it to show the medallion just kind of hanging.
I'm not shocked. We'll find a way to get rid of that thing.
I want to destroy it so badly right now, but I feel like this is what could be causing all of this. So destroying it may either be positive or negative, but I feel like we should break it when we get out.
Or here as a last resort.
That's why I waited. And
I mean, I'm not sure what destroying something like that would do, especially
Right?
in here,
Yep.
but
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the voice that is talking to us. And we could break the source, but if that means we're trapped in here, that could be bad. Or it could free us. I'm not sure, but
I'm voting probably a bad thing.
right. So just like our decision, I'm going to think on it. However, Esthea, if she wakes up before then, cannot know about it. And if she does, as much as I love us working together, she's not getting it back. This is what I think is talking to us.
Most likely.
And that's
I
not
mean-
good.
That's been sort of the plague of our existence since we found it.
Mm-hmm. And unlike before, where it just kind of split into pieces, I want to shatter this to dust. To dust. And have it blow in the wind. But again, we will come across that decision later.
Or melt it down.
Either way, as long as it's completely gone, just gone, cannot be pieced together. I don't know how this got pieced together before. I'm have a hunch this is one of those times her friend came to help, or she used magic. Could be one or the other.
Both.
Could be both.
Both.
Now that I think about it, I felt presence of the Fade the other day, and it was before I walked into her room, but after I already shattered it, so I wonder if that was her calling magic or help to piece it together. I don't know, but either way, we'll deal with it later. She's still asleep, so just
Okay.
keep
Well,
an eye out.
I will take a seat and kick back and watch over Thea.
Okay.
I'll walk to a room and sleep.
So as you sit down and Valenta leaves the room, you hear, "Leave this one for me. Leave for the room, and you are all free to go."
We're not playing your games.
And as you reject it, it's silent for the rest of the rest of your watch.
Huh. Okay. And is Thea looking any better as time goes on?
She looks like she's sleeping.
Does she still look like White Death?
Not really.
Okay. Well, then I will just wait it out.
Okay.
I'm not going to do anything else.
And is Ross coming in for his part of the watch?
The better question is, does Ross show up? Because I don't want to leave the room, especially after hearing that. So unless Ross comes in, I'm not leaving. So how's Ross's internal alarm clock?
Well, he's a soldier, so it's pretty good. So yeah, I'll knock on the door.
And do I still recall the voice? I haven't stood up yet.
Yes, at the moment you still recall the voice.
Okay. Oh, being that I'm not much taller standing, Ross, beware the voice. It wants us, Thea.
Well, I mean, that was what it told me before.
Yes, but it asked me earlier for it.
So, just to make sure we're all on the same page here, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, we're technically supposed to get Thea to Tevinter in one piece and alive. So killing her kind of puts a bit of a kibosh on that entire plan.
Where did that come from, anyways?
Ask Valentha. Those are her orders.
Orders.
Suggestions. Either way, she was quite explicit about the needs to be alive.
All right.
So Magnus stands up and leaves the room
Okay.
and goes to catch another 2 hours of sleep.
And as soon as that door shuts and Magnus leaves, Ross, You hear in your head, you out of everyone does not belong here. If you wish, walk out that door now and you're free to go.
Ross just sits down.
Right. And with the rejection, you hear nothing for the remainder of the night. Esthea, while all this is going on, you're sitting in a pitch black room in a small iron-like chair, a small ivory-like table in front of you, cup of warm tea on top of it. Across from you is that pleasure demon that you've grown accustomed to having conversations with.
And I am sitting there just kind of staring at her as I sip the tea every once in a while, waiting for her to tell me why I'm here, basically.
I can get you out. Right now. This was not part of the plan. They
No, I
were
don't
supposed to be
believe any of it
trapped.
was.
You were not.
So how did I end up trapped then?
A mistake. That dolt who has a grasp on the ship pulled you in as well.
I see. If you can get me out, then why not get them as well?
I only have enough power to pull one of you out. The other three I do not like. They call me names and try to kill me. You were the
Well,
only one who's treated me with any sort of kindness.
you just described my everyday with them.
So why not leave them? You don't need them to get to Vinter. I've shown you that I've got a path waiting for you.
Yes, and I believe you and I trust you. However, I am acting on something that you said.
Hmm?
I'm showing them my strength, the strength that you encouraged me to show. I am showing them what I am capable of. And that, if they are on my good side, then mercy is theirs. If I am to stand above all the rest of those foolish, misguided mages into Winter, then I will need people to stand below me, to hold me up. And that is what they are. I am acting as you have instructed me to.
And she smiles and she stands up. She walks over. She kisses you softly on the cheek. At least one of you doesn't have their head up their butt.
Yes, well, we all have our moments, don't we?
Keep being strong. You'll find that one that you need to sacrifice. Just a hint. It's not as obvious as it seems. And with that in the morning, you shoot up in a gasp as Ross is sitting across from you.
Oh, good.
I take it we're not home.
No.
I need everyone to give me constitution rolls.
I'm pretty good with code.
13.
12.
12.
Magnus.
Braining. 1 moment. 8, 13, 16.
All right, so all but Magnus. When you all gather together again, everyone notices that Valentha, Esthea, and Ross are now carrying physical signs of blight corruption on their body.
Oh, that can't be good.
Nope.
Do we know? Do
Oh,
we
yeah.
like? Oh,
Valentha, not to alarm you, but you've looked better.
I've had better days. I mean,
2 days
certainly feel
until
like shit.
your demise.
All right.
Sacrifice one
Ugh.
to be free.
I have such a headache right now. I do not want to even deal with you. Why do I feel like shit?
I make a general gesture towards the blight sickness outwardly appearance of her.
Oh, great.
As I said, you've looked better.
Right. You didn't mean that as right.
And I look at Ross when he shows up. So have you.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Is this Thea showing it too?
Yep.
Oh, it's Thea.
The only one who isn't showing it is Magnus.
Oh, it's Thea.
I am aware.
So does anyone have any insight on our current predicament? Oh, Asthea, you'll be good to know. We got through the mirror.
Well, I figured we got somewhere, but not where we had hoped.
Same story, different version.
And a sacrifice is still needed.
Right.
Does anyone have any insight on that?
Well, there are voices speaking to us before, but I haven't heard anything since I've been here, so I'm assuming we're still on a time limit. Well, as the voice said, but no temptations so far.
Do I remember the voice from last night still?
Nope. The moment you stood up from that chair, you forgot about it.
Okay. Does Ross remember me mentioning it?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
So there is a way out. Obviously, the sacrifice. However, it needn't be one of us, I think. Who else is here with us? There's
The hero.
the hero and one other. The one that put us here.
Who?
The one that is stopping the boat from going where we want it to.
Are you talking about the voice itself? Or the... what was it before? It was the blight goop from before?
That creature is the one that I'm referring to. The voice is, I believe, my friend. And she is trying to help us.
You're not talking about the demon.
I am talking about the demon. My friend. She can open the way out. But a sacrifice must be made in order for her to have the power to do it.
Let's...
And do you think this killing this creature that is holding on to the back of the boat is going to be a sacrifice sufficient enough?
Well, if her magic is anything like my own, then it doesn't matter who the blood comes from, as long as there is blood.
Does that thing even have blood?
Are we going to fish it? Well, it's probably devoured a lot of blood, but
The easier option, of course, is the hero.
right. Well, that
But
means we have to literally fish it out.
You need the hero to get to the Grey Wardens to
I
even
don't
have a
think you're going
chance
to
of
terribly
stopping the
believe
light.
us about anything if we show up empty-handed.
Right.
The hero has already told us roughly where the wardens are.
Right.
So we don't
But
need
he
him to
is
guide
your
us there.
ticket in.
He might. I think I'm right there with Ross. He's going to be our ticket in.
All
We
right.
worked hard to obtain a Grey Warden. I'm not just going to throw him away. So if we have to, the problem is we have to go. We have to get that Ica, and we have to find a way to either kill it or capture it or something. And I don't know if you guys remember us touching it. It's not good. I
Yeah,
can
but
shoot
I-
arrows at it.
I have an idea.
What are you thinking?
Is there a anchor somewhere nearby? Or only it's on the front of the ship, right?
There's no anchor.
Well, that's depressing. That's sort of like standard things for a ship. Who doesn't put an anchor on a ship?
Who doesn't put cannons on a ship? Who doesn't put a captain on a ship?
All of these are good questions.
Who doesn't put a dinghy on a ship?
Well,
All right.
so that means I'm going to go above deck and look over the back of the ship again.
I will follow him.
Same.
I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Going up top and looking over the back of the ship.
All right. And as you look over the back of the ship, the black corroded tendrils have now crawled their way up higher onto the ship to where the entire lower half of the ship is now just jet black.
Well,
This would be
we know it's
easier.
there.
Yeah. Should we start stabbing it?
How far down is it? Can we reach it?
No. It's
Well,
not
can
within
my bows reach it?
Well, I mean, if you want to start trying to shoot at the ship, I guess.
I mean, it's made out of
Shoot
wood.
at it.
Shoot at it on the ship. I mean, I don't think arrows are going to pop the ship, so should I attempt to shoot at it and see how it reacts? This could be a way for us to
on
kill
deck
it.
with us, though.
She is not. She's still below deck.
I poke my head below deck. Asthea, you're most likely going to need your help with this idea.
What idea would that be?
Killing the thing on the back of the ship.
Did I miss the part where we all agreed to do that?
No, we did. We're
It's
just letting
one
you know
step-
that we found it.
It's one step above killing the hero willingly.
If that's the same creature that we fought with the hero, I don't think the four of us alone are going to be able to take it out.
Maybe his sword is still stuck in it.
That's a good question.
That's actually what I was thinking. Was that we could? My original idea was to fish out the sword, actually. But that means I have to put my hand in it.
Is
Not
there
necessarily. We've got rope.
That's true.
is there maybe a way we can entice it up onto the ship? That way we can all
I
have
can
at it.
still shoot arrows at it. Maybe piss it off enough to get up here.
Asthea, how far away can you throw your magic?
Fair distance, certainly farther than I can run.
So stay on the furthest part of the ship. I guess it'd be the stern, because it's on the bow, right?
Now, just for reference sake, the hero dropped the sword over the side into the thing, right?
He
Into it.
threw it at it.
Okay. It's no longer at all on the side of the ship, is it?
No, it's on the back now.
Okay, so it's on the back.
It moved.
Can we physically Is it evident that there is a sword stuck in it? Can we see it?
You cannot see the sword.
No, that's unfortunate.
I mean, again, we have range. I can hit the thing. It's just a matter of what will happen if I do hit it. Will it get angry and get up here? Which I suppose is what we're sort of going for. But at the same time, would that kill it? And that's the time we need? Like, what is going to be our plan? I mean, Astia, I would like to ask if you're well enough to try again. I know we look awful.
I know. I just feel no matter how many times we try that, it's going to be the same result. We will just end up back here in some way, shape, or form.
And we're going to waste more time because if Thea ends up needing another good night's sleep to feel better after it.
Well, then we only have
One
a
day.
day. Anyway, what do you think, Astia?
I think there's a third option.
What is our third option?
My friend paid me a visit when I was asleep,
All right.
and she hinted at the options we have for sacrifice.
You tell.
Well, and this is what led me to the conclusion of either the monster who failed to do her bidding correctly, or the hero. She knows which would be the easier target for us, and from which she can draw the power that she needs. I happen to have something on me that forces one to speak the truth. If I use it on her, she can tell us who she needs us to sacrifice. Not who she wants us to sacrifice. Who she needs us to sacrifice.
Who?
On my friend.
That's an interesting dagger you acquired. All right. That's another conversation on the checklist that we need to go over, but...
One of many.
All these conversations are going to be for naught if we don't make it out of here in one piece.
Do you have to stab her, or do you just need to poke her?
As
Like,
far
how's
as
it
I was
work?
told, I just have to nick someone with it.
Oh, just draw blood. Of course. All right.
Assuming that what the person that gave it to me said is the truth. It was given to me from someone that I have zero trust in.
Who on earth gave it to you?
Well, let's perhaps not get into the depth of that particular conversation, but it was an acquaintance of yours, Valenta.
An acquaintance of mine.
Ishmael, I believe his name was. Right, so let's not get into that discussion right
I'm
now.
sorry, what?
I tried to tell you earlier.
He spoke to you.
Oh, we had quite a chat.
About what?
A number of things.
Do go on. We have 2 days.
2 days that we should be spending figuring out how to get out of here.
Oh, so we're going to use a weapon that he gave you to use.
It is an option. Gave me to use on you, I might add. Which
well,
I have
that's
not
obvious. And I thank you for that, but that's obvious. Of course.
It is merely one of our options. I would
Now,
like to explore all of them before we commit.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all about cutting up a demon. And by cutting up, of course, I mean poke her so she can talk, among other things, but we will talk. once we're out of here. I feel like that is at the top of my list for discussion after this.
I thought it would be.
If you're going to use the dagger for the demon, fine.
I'm sorry. What's to say she hasn't heard all this right now?
Oh, she probably has.
So why would she come?
Nothing says she would.
It's a chance, and let's just do it. See what happens. Worst case scenario, we deal with her rather than we kill the bitch.
Well, I don't particularly like that outcome.
Well, you are going to prick her.
I think we should finish exploring the options first, which includes thinking about the repercussions should we fail in any of these.
Well, I mean, if we poke the demon, I mean, there's an option for failure there, and I'm not terribly enamored with it. But I do feel that if we're going to do that, someone, no offenses, Thea, that's slightly more capable in that department do that, as opposed to maybe you trying.
Well, that particular option is honestly at the bottom of my list right now.
Again, if we need range, I've got the range we need to at least attack or entice the creature. That's one option.
Do we think the four of us can take on that creature ourselves?
I mean, what hurt it before?
Well, I don't know
The
if it
hero
hurt it.
throwing his sword into it, which, by the
Yes.
way, I still don't see.
Oh, might be absorbed into it, or maybe it's dissolved, or...
Or it threw it onto the ocean floor.
Oh, yeah, that's something I want to do, is get into the water. Okay. I mean, I'm willing to take that chance if need be, although if it's a lot quicker, we could just poke the demon, that way we get a straight answer and go from there. It's not the first time we kill a demon. If she does turn on, it's because of this. Sorry, Thea.
Well, we can't kill her.
If she forces our hand.
She's the one that's going to be getting us out of here.
I'm talking about defending ourselves if she attacks us because of what we are doing.
And if we kill her, then there is nobody left to open the gateway. It is her that needs the power to do it.
Is Thea being totally honest about that? That is the real question.
If you want to find out, give me an empathy roll.
Empathy is in
Perception.
Perception? Oh. 14.
She seems honest.
Okay. Oh.
I say we poke the demon.
Here's what I know. The creature that is steering the boat, or perhaps
It's
not
hugging the
steering
back of our boat.
Yes, that mess back there is the reason why we're all here.
Okay.
It was
Right.
only supposed to drag the three of you here. But it screwed up the job and brought me as well.
That's
my
just
Putting a
friend-
pin in the
more
why.
questions. Yep, right there with you. That's more questions.
My friend, the demon, is willing to help me out. In order to do that, she needs a sacrifice.
Yes.
In the conversation that I had with her, she seemed, although this is merely me reading the expression on her face, she seemed willing to let all of us out. But we still need that sacrifice to open the gateway.
You know,
So-
that's really odd, though, because we keep hearing that voice, and Rojan, I don't remember the voice talking to me, but I remember Magnus telling me.
Yes.
Is
About
that
the voice.
okay? Because last night, when I took over watch over you, and I went into Magnus's room, Magnus, feel free to chime in here. He told me that it said to sacrifice you.
I
Right.
have no recollection of this. But to be
What?
fair, this is not the regular plane of existence, and our memories could be altered. I'm going to take your word.
I did tell
But
you
that's
magic
what
can
I
still
said.
alter things in here, just not as
Yes.
strongly as the
I'm
fade.
going to take your word that I told you something.
So if that's being said, maybe we were all spoken to and we just don't remember.
Perhaps.
Well, yesterday
Possibility.
we all heard our own versions of who to kill.
Now, was
Yes.
that the same voice? That's the real question.
Yes.
But we're pretty positive that voice is not the demon.
Asthea knows it's not the demon. She
Right.
knows exactly who it is, but she hasn't really dropped that information.
Well, and that's when I was saying our
Yesterday-
suspicions before of what it could be.
Yesterday, we asked you who the voice was, and you kind of flitted about the subject. Who is the voice, please?
Well, it could be a number of different creatures or people.
But who
You said
do
it's your
you
friend.
think it is?
Oh, I have a guess.
I'm asking Asthea.
Oh no, I
Who
wasn't going to
Do
answer.
you
I just have a
think
guess.
it is? Please.
I believe that perhaps the one I worship has not left me entirely.
That's what I thought. So what you're telling me is the archdemon, the thing that is destroying all of Thedas, is the one that is manipulating us.
And why would you worship such a wretched creature?
Because it comes from Tevinter, therefore it must be holy.
The dragons are holy.
This is no longer a dragon.
I believe it is.
I believe it's a destroyer of the world. It's not here to help. It's not shown any way to help. It told us to kill you, apparently. It's obviously trying to help you.
It told me to kill you, and
I don't remember what
amongst-
it told me.
No, I'm talking about in the cargo hold yesterday, not
Oh,
watching
right,
over her because
right.
I don't remember that, so I can't.
Right.
But no, it told me directly to kill you, Asthea. And I, above everyone else here, has wanted to do that for a very long time.
So perhaps it is just telling you what you want to hear.
Perhaps, but why would it tell me that if you worshipped it and it cared?
Why would it tell me then to sacrifice the hero of Ferelden when I just am indifferent about him? There's no qualms with him.
We each heard different things, and I don't have the answer to any of it. I'm simply telling you what I know and what I have been told. I am sharing
guess-
all the information that I have with all of you so we can make the appropriate decision to get out of here.
And yes, it's about time all the cards were put on the table. So I do appreciate you being forthcoming. But I do also want you to think about the fact that this thing that you worship has suggested you be killed for our own good.
Perhaps the sacrifice in that case would not have been me, but rather your morality.
That's a bit of a twist.
Everything we've seen and been a part of in this past however many weeks we've been together has just been one big twist. Am I wrong?
You're not. However, if it was telling Ross to kill you, despite if it was just digging into his desires to kill you, what if he succeeded? How would that benefit your god by enticing him? I mean, you know what? I'm going to say it. I think I can speak for all of us saying that we all wanted to kill you at some
Yes,
time.
well, that's no secret, is it?
So if what's one against all three of us saying, oh yeah, no, kill her. What if we did? We've had the strong urges before. Why don't we? How that still doesn't benefit. Your god is basically taking a chance on us. And if we succeeded.
Also, just for the record, I haven't done it because I take it on faith right now that Glentha has good reason. I have yet to actually hear that reason.
Oh,
Let's
little Wolfie
go.
told me.
Let's go ahead and take our second break for tonight with that. We could get back into the conversation of who's deceiving who.
God, this is the most role-playing
We're kind of
I've had to do.
unraveling a lot of shit right now. This is entirely different than what I thought this episode was going to go.
Welcome
It's
to
about
Virtual
goddamn time.
Therapy. But
Yeah, this turned into therapy.
little do you know, this isn't, an exercise in survival. It's an exercise in team building.
I truly believe this is you trying to do team building. He's like, it's actually a really easy answer. Y'all live, but until then, therapy.
Honestly, it's a really easy answer. You guys are just way overthinking it.
Oh, shit.
I mean, isn't that what always happens with riddles and stuff in games like this, though?
Yeah.
We honestly may need some more clues because
Watch, all it is like, cut off a finger. We're good.
It's like you present the players with a door, and on the door is a sign that says this key opens the door, and there's a little key there, and then the players take like 4 hours discussing what the actual puzzle is.
They decide to start drilling holes into the wall trying to get out.
When if they had just taken that key and put it in the lock, it would work.
I mean, drilling holes into the wall of a boat is one way out.
I'm seriously overthinking this. Yeah,
you are all overthinking this.
Damn it.
Let's go ahead and take our second break for the night, guys, and we will be right back. right, we are back.
Why the door's a mimic?
The door is a mimic.
Everything is a mimic. Even the
Rojan, did
mimics.
you put us on a mimic ship?
No, that's the wrong game.
That's the wrong. Yeah, it's the wrong game.
So lost. So very, very lost.
Oh, I think we know the answer.
We just have to get there in character.
So,
Yeah.
you were having a discussion on who told Valenta to keep Estia safe before we went on break.
There was that conversation, and
What? No, there
Yes.
wasn't. Move on.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know
there
if
was.
Valenta ever was very clear about that.
She wasn't.
No, I said I have sources.
It's Dave from accounting, isn't it?
It's Mike.
Damn it, Dave.
actually. It was Mike. You leave Dave out of this. It was Mike.
All right. So,
Right.
I mean, since we're being honest, who is it that said we need to keep?
I told you I had some very powerful source tell me that she is potentially the key to help. Now, don't take this the wrong way when I say if she dies, that's that. I mean, then what's the point of the Grey Wardens in the last 5 blights? But I don't know what her purpose is specifically. All I know is that I trust this source, so
You're getting the same look I normally give Asthea when she's giving half answers.
oh no, not you, Magnus, no.
You know, he has a bit of a point. I've just told you everything that I know. Why don't you share a little information with us?
Because I have secrets. A girl has her secrets.
So, secret for a secret. I've just shared several.
I mean, that wasn't really a secret. We all kind of knew what was happening.
I've got more.
I think Asthea's right. I mean, we're on this grand thing. We're on a ship. We're bound for death. I'd at least like to know why. I haven't asked many questions up till now.
If you must know, it's actually not too far off from Asthea's voice in her head.
Well,
You're not
that's not
talking to a
particularly
demon, are
comforting.
you?
What? Hold on. What just happened to you? I had a stroke.
You're not You're
What?
not talking to a demon as well, are you?
No, I'm not talking to a demon. I'm talking about the whole her Tevinter god talking to her.
Oh, just cut to the point.
It's my own god talking to me.
Do I have any
Satisfied?
clue who that is?
Do you know of my
I-
Pantheon?
That is a very good question.
Would you?
What do I roll on that?
Cultural lore, maybe?
Where's that knowledge religion?
It would be cultural lore.
I will roll on a cultural lore.
And
And
what's that
cultural lore-
actually under?
That is under
Cunning.
cunning.
Okay.
I know because I have it.
Oh, big numbers. 5, 4,
That gives
Oh, of course,
me
it makes sense. You would.
that gives me a 10.
19.
14.
Fuck me.
The only one who doesn't know is Magnus.
Ah.
He's a dwarf. He doesn't care about elven culture. Come on.
Well,
That's fair. I mean, they
that-
kind of keep their noses out of everyone's
That's
business.
true. That is true.
Everyone
I'm
else
sure read
seems to
books.
be nodding approvingly, and Meg's like, okay, someone let me in on this, please. Who? What?
Which one is it?
I don't think I want to give that information out.
I
She just
mean-
told us she's talking to an archdemon.
Right, but this is an entirely different situation as to why I don't want to say it, but it is one of my gods.
I mean, it's an elven god. I
It
can live
is.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? I start naming off name. I don't know them as
First
a
of all,
player,
your
but I start.
pronunciation is horrific. Don't ever try to use Elvish ever again. It's horrific. You're done.
I just
You
heard the
hurt
most
my ears.
butchered version of Elvish I've ever heard in my life.
Wait, say it again.
Magnus just heard the most butchered version of Elvish ever.
Yeah,
It sounds like the speech from Mordor.
It's like,
Oh, sugar, sugar.
no, there's a lot of shit. There's not a lot of
it's like, what? Okay. Your god is fine. I can live with this. I've heard crazier things. Fine. Back to the pertinent question of the next 2 days. How do we, without dying, get off the boat without pissing off the hero's wife, which I'd rather not cross her on the best of days?
Oh, she looks so
Besides,
tough
you
to
need
me.
him to get to the Grey Wardens.
Yes, as I said, showing up to the Grey Warden's doorstep without an invitation asking them to help us probably isn't going to
Right.
end well.
Well, here's the
Option
thing.
B is stab the giant angry creature that is currently driving an entire ship and pray it doesn't crush us into little bits.
Mm-hmm.
Option C is, and I kind of look at Asthea. Option C?
Well, the demon did say a sacrifice and she was able to get her out. We could. Now, granted, when the voice said sacrifice, it did not say blood. A sacrifice could also mean leave one behind to suffer, be trapped forever, blah, blah, blah. That's still considered a sacrifice. So maybe, just maybe, us sacrificing Asthea so we leave and her friend gets her out is a loophole in all of this?
I look at Asthea for the moment of horrified reactions.
Yeah, I look at her too.
You know, on any day other than today, I'd have probably struck you with a lance by now.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would be lying if I said that thought didn't cross my mind the moment that I opened that gateway.
Well, and I look at Valentha. Do we? I mean, this does technically upset the plans that your god has laid out for you if Asthea ends up dead in all this.
Technically.
Oh, I have no intention of dying.
Well,
Well,
we don't know if your demon's going to keep her word either.
Asthea, in the time I've known you, you are far too stubborn to die.
Ain't that the truth?
This coming from a dwarf, by the way.
And dwarves are the stubborn of everyone.
Take it as a compliment.
Fair. Well, Asthea, basically when you're ready, we can attempt this madman's plan to escape from the clutches of the pulsing black ooze holding on to the ship.
I mean, look on the bright side. If we try this again and it fails, we still have plenty of time to try something else.
If this partially succeeds, Asthea has 2 days to get out of here.
And she can talk to her friend if it's been communicating with you. So maybe.
Well, Asthea, when you're ready for the horrible idea that all of this is.
I do want to I want to say it out loud because the irony should not be lost on anyone. All of you who have been telling me every day what a terrible person I am and how much you really want me dead are now asking me to sacrifice myself for your lives. And I am willing to do it.
The irony's not lost.
That is, oh my. Not to mention, how many times have we threatened to kill her, and yet when something tempts us to kill her, we actually said no? That's ironic as well.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Well, Esthea, as a last measure, and I offer this to you as a option, if there's any letters you would like us to carry to Vinter, should everything go awry, I'd be more than happy to.
As you said, Magnus, I am far too stubborn to die. Any letters I have, I will deliver myself. But I do have a request. Should the three of you get out of here, and should I find a way out myself, I would appreciate just a little more civility and a little more respect and trust.
Can we ask the same?
Second.
I have never, under my own free will, moved against any of you. I have no plans to do so in the future.
Both me and Magnus are like,
It's like, yes, but wait.
Just
Under your own
mashing
free
X
will,
to doubt.
it's like under your own free will. Oh, that raises so many questions. But you know what? At the moment, I'm gonna leave that be.
I just want to put it out there that every time I have, you may not believe me, but I actually have tried to be very civil to you. Every time I have said something that you did not agree on or you did not want to hear and decided to attack me or go against what I have said, I did not say it to be a terrible person. I was only saying it because I have knowledge of danger and you went against it. Cough, cough, red lyrium. Of one example.
Do you think all of that was my choice? Given the
I
knowledge
think
you
a
have
couple times
of
it
red
was.
lyrium.
You have to have the choice to at least go near it first.
Yes, well, the first time I encountered it, I didn't have the knowledge I have now.
Well,
That's fair.
but
I
you
will
still
give
have
you
to be
that.
tempted first before, and then once it gets in your system, then yeah, sure, it can get addicting because lyrium itself is addicting regardless of the color. But
So
I
you
mean,
understand then?
There's a reason we.
the red lyrium is entirely different. Okay.
Hopefully it
Woo!
hopefully it
We're up.
stays.
It lives.
Crap, we're live.
All right,
Crap, now I
we're
have to
back.
piece of video together.
Live.
God damn it.
We're back.
Okay, it takes forever to piece a video together. I may have to split this up. Damn it. Oh well.
Oh well.
Ow,
Just put the
well.
technical difficulty sign up there until like it comes back on.
Guys, you missed it, but we all got out.
Yep, this
We
is fine.
decided sacrificing the stream was the trick. We sacrificed all of you.
And wouldn't you
It
know,
was
it
the
worked.
obvious choice.
We're all safe and sound, and the blight is over.
No,
Yep,
you're
we win.
all still overthinking this.
We win. Is our plan still over the top?
Oh, you just went like, oh, we're overthinking it. Let's turn overthinking to 11.
Damn it! I thought we were clever.
Yeah, I
No,
thought that
it's
was
clever.
a straight line.
It's clever.
I mean, the simplest solution is to sacrifice the hero, but that's not happening.
I'll tell you, I'll give you a hint right now. Sacrificing the hero is not the answer.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
But continue.
Meg just needs to brain harder here, and it ain't working.
Guys, okay.
Okay, I'd like to roll insight on the DM.
I'm pretty sure he's telling the truth about that.
I know he's telling the truth.
Okay, so
And that's what makes it even more deadly.
this is probably, you know what? I'm gonna fucking say it because I think it's clever, but at the same time, I'm thinking it's overthinking it.
Oh no, it's definitely clever. It is definitely clever.
Esthea. We all know who got us in this situation. Who is talking to all of us. It's not your demon friend. It's your god, correct?
They're not completely innocent, if you will.
And yet somehow you still have a connection with your god.
I do.
Why is that?
Because of my faith, Valentha.
I don't think it works like that as I
And
pull
my
out the
loyalty.
pendant. How did this get whole again?
That's a very good question.
I think you know. And I think we need to destroy this to sever our ties with the one who may have brought us here.
I'm afraid it may not be that simple.
It may not be, but I'm willing to try it and see what happens.
Hold on. First of all, what is that?
This is the pendant of the god. That is the archdemon. And I think it's a beacon. Yes, bad.
Asthea, what is it doing?
Well, it should be doing nothing. That pendant was destroyed.
Then why is it like that?
Then why does it feel so warm?
Well, perhaps there is a few things I haven't told you.
Shocker.
I mean, we're not going anywhere. Now's the time.
We're kind of laying everything out on the table.
We are literally not going anywhere very quickly.
And I'm proud of us laying everything out on the table. We're making some progress, guys.
This entire time that you've been talking, you now notice that the sky is now night once more.
Oh, does it feel like 12 hours went by?
No.
Shit. All right. We are running out of time, literally, because we are being robbed of our actual 48 hours here. Well, we have 48 hours left, but not really. We have like 10 hours, maybe, ish.
But let me just say this then.
All right.
You can destroy that pendant. I won't stop you, but I don't think it will do us any good either.
It may not, and yet your confidence
Why?
makes me think that it's going to come back.
You already destroyed it once, and
it
it's whole
came
again.
back.
it was reformed, but
By your friend, perhaps?
only for a moment before
Really?
it became a part of me.
I'm sorry,
that-
what?
That, what you're holding right now, shouldn't exist.
It's warm to the touch, and I remember it glowing on you
Well, perhaps
before.
there is another, and that is what you're holding right now, but the one that you initially destroyed became a part of me.
Really now?
I have two important
I'm very
questions on that,
confused.
Asthea. How? Why?
A demon because I was sad.
Very
You
direct.
hear what you just said? So this whole time we were thinking, oh, it's a beacon. This is why the blight keeps following us, because it's following you. And now it's part of you, meaning we can't get rid of this signal.
Seems to be the case, yes.
I mean,
How is it part of you? Like, is it inside of you? Do you feel it?
Valentha, give me a history roll.
Ooh, probably cunning.
Yeah, just give me a straight up cunning roll.
Oh, God. Okay, that's not bad. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You remember seeing the exact mark in her tattoo when you were investigating her.
Oh, fuck, that's right. So you know it's fused on you. So where was it on her tattoo? It was on her side, right?
Where is Estia's tattoo?
The tattoo is like on her entire right side, pretty much. It starts at the hip and it goes up almost to the armpit and also goes down almost to the knee.
Yeah, so it's like in the center there.
I will walk over to her and lift up her shirt
Excuse me.
Whoa!
and point. Not where it's. She's censored. Calm down.
He's censored.
And I am pointing at the mark of which I remembered seeing it, and I'm like, "Is this where it marked you?
Well, it bears a
this, Madness.
resemblance, doesn't
Look
it?
at this. Look at this. This was not here before."
Ross is like this.
Thank you, Ross. At least
Okay,
someone
you know,
cares.
I'm covering her.
Awfully modest for a canary, aren't you?
Well, she didn't offer.
Oh God, sons of the flesh. Like,
Well,
This- great.
that's gonna take more than a knife to get out.
It's not
Well-
coming out.
Magnus, will you do the honors and smash this thing, please? I think it's useless anyway, but let's just do it for my own peace of mind.
I would be happy to.
I'll give it to him.
Time to play Smashy Smashy on the amulet.
All right,
You
Okay.
want an attack roll on that?
give me that attack roll.
Oh, good.
Triple sixes.
6, 10, 15.
All right, give me damage.
Um, 17.
17. So you bring the axe down on top of the medallion and just completely shatter it. And it just goes like flying across the deck and just like multiple pieces. Like this thing will not be able to be reassembled with any form of crazy glue. But as you do that, you begin to hear cracking. And you look up to the sky and you see cracks starting to form along it.
All right, brace yourselves. This is either the good or bad part I mentioned.
And then the pieces of the sky just begin to fall like panes of glass down into the ocean around you. And then there's just this bright white light that just blinds you.
Ow. Ow.
Do you have any sunglasses?
And when you come, when the light fades, you all come to face down in the sand on a beach.
No fucking way.
Where
Is
are
that
we?
Easy.
And we are going to end early tonight.
No! Why?
Oh,
Why?
that's miserable.
Did we solve it?
You solved it.
Yeah! I was hesitating because I'm like, this is either going to be really bad and catastrophic things are going to happen, or this is our way out. I was so hesitant about it.
Historically, breaking magical items doesn't end well.
Exactly. That's why.
I have a quick proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Quick proposal. I feel that we are all feeling like we're in a good, safe place to hash out some party issues, and I would like to continue doing that.
I feel like this is a perfect time for us to have a beautiful beach day with therapy.
Oh no, this ain't gonna be a beautiful beach day. The only reason why I am ending early is because the next time we pick up, there is gonna be one hell of a combat
Oh,
because of
yay!
where you have landed.
Oh, shit. Do we have a hint of where we landed?
Nope.
Shit!
You
It's-
get to ride that out until after Christmas.
No, that's right. Next week we're not playing.
Yeah.
Rojan, now you're just being mean
No.
in a
Oh,
different
shit!
way.
That's right. We're not playing next week.
I have to duck out here to an emergency.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
Bye, Raven. We'll see
Good
you
luck.
tomorrow.
I hope it
hun.
goes well.
It's
So
it's a good thing that we
what-
have
it's a good
2
thing what-
weeks to level up, though, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. You haven't leveled up yet.
Shit.
We didn't level up once. He means to say we leveled up twice.
You
Hey,
I
have-
level
get- if
six
you're-
is when we
if
get
you're
our
giving
archetype.
us
I just got a negative
levels,
level, so
3 more, and I get to be a real blood mage.
See, that's the thing that kind of sucks is like your real like archetype is not until level 6.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that kind of sucks.
I
What-
mean,
what kind
I'm
of sucks
feeling
even
pretty good
more?
about being a rogue right now.
Yeah, but you
So
can be Grey
if
Warden
level
at 6.
Yeah.
If level 6 gets you something like super awesome, I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
I think you could be Bard. I don't know all of them, but yeah, Bard, Blood
Assassin,
Mage, Assassin.
Assassin.
great weapon fighter.
Thank you.
Assassin.
What
Oh, bitch,
kind
I'm
of
Assassin.
really sucks is
You can't even use backstab because you're shooting all the time.
Shut up, I have a
I don't
dagger.
even get a new spell until like every 2nd or 3rd level. I don't
Mhm.
think I get a new spell next level.
I just know that our primary perks get increased, which is really cool.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
be
that is good. With the next level, our primary stuff.
Which
goes up.
means I can get something better because I can do like actual scouting now. Because I've done fairly decent with scouting without scouting. I'm like, oh shit.
Okay, now we have to make it through whatever combat is coming our way so that we can have the closure of real group therapy come together. Because
I think this is good though. We're getting a lot off our chest, and I feel like, and we haven't killed each other yet. This is good.
I wanted to say something very specific to Esthea in that moment, but rightfully so, Valentha was already in a forward moving momentum part of the conversation. So
Do you want a
Yeah.
hint at where you're at?
I do.
I would love a hint, although she's probably going to be the one that actually knows where.
Ross probably feels at home here.
That was my guess. In my head, I'm like, oh my god, we're in Saharon. I bet you anything we're in Saharon. But in my head, I'm like, beaches. It's got to be an island. Saharon. That's the only popular island.
It's not
We're in
Saharon.
Saharon.
You're not in Saharon.
Oh, we're not.
No.
You guys aren't in Kirkland anymore. That ship has sailed literally.
Harvalon.
Yeah.
Harvalin.
You're in the Canary
Ooh.
homeland.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, you
Well,
think?
Astia right now is in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer the ship right now.
Oh, I'm safe. Yay! Kind of.
Kind
Yay.
of.
I mean, they won't. I mean, that's the best part about Kunari is that they're incredibly intelligent and they won't hurt you even if you're not part of the queue unless you do some shit. So I'm
Well-
safe if I play my cards right. Ugh.
Astia is going to call one too many Kunari brutes, and yeah, we're gonna
It's
see what
fine though.
happens.
I have my good friend Ross to vouch for me.
Do you guys see how far up
I'm-
we are now?
Mhm.
Holy shit
Oh,
balls.
yeah.
I'm
Holy
not sure. I'm not sure how much my vouching will actually mean if they find out for sure you're a Tevinter blood mage.
Well, I mean, it
She's
doesn't even have to be
technically
blood
not
mage
a
to
blood
Vinter.
mage yet. She's just
Yeah.
she's used some blood magic, but she's technically not a blood mage.
Here's the thing, though. All you have to say is to
My
Vinter.
point being, she's a mage and from Tevinter. Both
All you have to say is
things
to Vinter.
separately hated by the Canary, but put
Yeah.
them together.
I was gonna say, because even just saying mage, she could be from Antiva, and she's like, "Hi, I'm a mage. I'm the nicest person on the planet. Kill her."
No. See, if I remember correctly, and actually you would know more, obviously, but
Yes, I would.
if I remember correctly, it's not even so much kill them. Like they do
It's
have
tame them.
some mages around, but it's like they are on a leash.
They're
with a
enslaved. Yeah,
collar,
their mouths and
their
eyes
mouths
are sewn shut.
shut.
Mhm.
Yep. Their mouths are
Like-
sewn shut with a collar on, and yeah,
I agree conceptually with a lot of Kunari culture.
I'm gonna need to make some Kunari icons
But
for you, Rojan.
That part, goddamn.
If
Like,
you need me
you're-
to make something as well, let me know. But I'll make
Give
some
me
different Kunari
as
classes.
many Kunari tokens as you can.
Oh, I will. Oh my god, this is oh my god, I'm so far away from home.
I'm just happy y'all, solved it, kind of. I'm just sitting here thinking, you're all just overthinking it, and you're just pouring more gas on the fire, and we're like, oh, we're just going to sacrifice the demon. No, we're going to torture the demon to make her to tell us what to do. That demon had no idea what to do.
Now, to be fair,
Nice.
The demon had no hand in any of this.
Shit.
She knew of it.
I didn't know that pendant was on me
Yeah, I
because the
know.
one that I saw became a part of me. So I thought it didn't exist anymore after that. And I didn't know
Man.
that Valentha took it off me because I was asleep.
Wait. Esthea, when did you buy a bag of duplication?
It must have been after Valentha stole all my stuff and didn't give it back, and I had to get a new bag.
Which is hilarious because when I said, "What's in the bag?" you're like, "Actually, stupid, mundane shit."
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Boring stuff.
It's like, no, literally mundane shit.
That's like when Zale searched Caldros's bag and it's like,
Yeah.
he's got rations, starting gear.
You know what, guys? Look on the positive side. We're much closer to Tevinter now because we would have had to go up through Navarra, up into, or even stop at Orlais. Depends on where we were going to stop. Even the free marches. Either way, we had a long trek. Now we still have a long sail. Oh,
So,
God.
You know, I
Look
think
at
I
the
would
bright
take that
side.
long trek over
Look at the bright
this.
side. You completely bypassed Antivan pirates.
That's true. But then we
So-
could have met Isabella, maybe.
I
The
was
whole
really
thing is
worried.
Isabella was the captain of the ship that you were supposed to be on.
And I gave you a token for her too. Damn it. Did we get thrown into this in our sleep or was it because of the damn pendant? Oh,
Nope,
shit.
you were thrown into your sleep because the thing that was attacking the ship was actually a darkspawn
Yeah.
that had previously swallowed an alluvian. So it had the ability to pull you in at its will.
Oh, sneaky son of a bitch. Yeah, because the second you said we were in like the in-between, I'm like, how the fuck did we get here?
Yep.
Where was the mirror? Oh shit, it's on the ship.
Yep, the entire ship was technically pulled into the alluvian.
Damn. That's good. Shit balls. Yeah, because the mirrors
So-
come in different sizes, as
Mhm.
we learned in the third game. Oh man.
Ross
Shit.
was worried about going to Tevinter as a Kunari. I am, as a player now, equally worried, if not even more so, for Esthea.
This is not a good place to be.
Okay, we're gonna have to, once we figure out where we are, we're gonna have to do some ground rules, being like, don't open your mouth. This comes from a place of love. Shut up. Just shut up. Don't use magic. Hopefully she's smart enough to
At
like
no
be-
point in time mention brutes, blood magic, or
Tevinter or mages.
Tevinter. Mages, maybe.
Don't use magic. Don't use magic.
It's literally all I can do.
Just sit there and look pretty. You're doing so good at it.
I mean, technically, I could have fisticuffs if I needed to fight someone, but
You are our cultural advisor. You are our accountant and quartermaster.
I'm not good at any of those things.
No, but you look and sound like you could be.
It's fair. Look, I have a focus in seduction, so I'll just seduce my way through this place.
do you seriously have one in seduction?
Oh yeah. Yep. The
I
opportunity
am waiting for you to
has-
use that.
come up twice, but interrupted both times before I could actually do anything.
Did you try to seduce me?
I'm not saying who it was against. There was one moment where it was going to be against a player and another moment where it was going to be against an NPC.
Oh, nice. Oh my god, that was good. Oh man. Yeah, especially if a fight's coming up and we only have less than an hour. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably.
That
I
made me
I
tired.
guess it was a good call since Raven had to step away due to an emergency. So
Yeah, I hope he's okay. I hope everything's okay for him.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
same
look on
here.
the bright side, guys. If we figured our shit out the easy way instead of thinking outside of the box too far, we would have already had the fight because
Hey,
it would have been 2 hours ago.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a win. I'm gonna call it a win because
I-
we
It is a
had,
win.
The
we
message.
had a good conversation.
We
and we
did.
got a lot of stuff off our chest.
We got a lot of secrets out, actually. I'm proud of us, Thea.
And now I'm
very
pretty
proud.
sure you're going to find out some secrets about Ross.
Astia running around swinging the stick, yelling "staff meeting."
Let's just out. Yeah. This
All
is
right.
going to be really interesting.
And now you guys get to come back tomorrow for
more inter-party problems.
For another of my characters being in
Oh,
dire
yeah.
trouble.
Mhm.
Tomorrow is gonna be something.
We get
Hey.
to open up with Ross staring down a very hungry
Cal.
Sven.
Cal.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry,
Calros.
Caldros.
The
By the
good
way,
news is
I noticed that. So this character is like Roz, by the way, Roz, and then because I wanted separation between Caldros and Ross. It's not Ross. And Caldros. It's Ross.
oh god, I didn't even make that connection. I made up the name.
You're,
I'm sorry.
you're gonna have to correct us in character, otherwise it's never gonna change.
I thought that it was just fast enough that it didn't matter.
That's why I just
But-
started referring to him as Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good news is you're not going to be alone for long because we already discussed that Sahara has a much faster flight speed than your
It
Wyvern.
may not take long.
And we pretty much hopped on the second you're like, I see something. So we're right behind you practically. So you won't be alone for long, but that doesn't mean the situation's going to get any better.
Yeah, because
And
it's
Tickles might die. Who knows?
Ash and Rose are on their way on Sahara, right?
Yes, yeah. And she's booking it. She's dashing.
I know Molly took off like the moment she realized it, but I don't know
She
how
did.
she would ever get over there.
She could have
Wild
tree
shape.
strided.
Druid.
Wild
Oh, she's
shape.
wild
Oh,
shaped.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
That's right.
Um,
She's hardly ever wild shaped.
And
Ever.
then there's
That's
the other
crazy.
two left at the keep with no real mode of transportation over
I
there.
thought we had a boat, but it could only fit like 2 people.
We do, but still, we'd have to row across a very
Yeah.
large lake.
That's true. And he did say it would take you about an hour to get across. So
I mean, if you can catch a ride with Molly.
catch a ride.
She was the first one to go, so she's probably long gone by now.
Well,
Yeah, she
technically,
didn't- she
Tyrus
didn't
could get
say
there
where she
fairly
went.
quickly. He can swim.
Well, we
Modern
can
heavy
both
armor, you can't
swim,
that fast.
Yeah, but he has
I
like a
think
swim speed.
you can only dash, what is it, like 5 times in a row or something before you start to get exhausted. There's some proper like calculation for dashing out of combat.
Mhm.
I think if you're accustomed to water, though, I think
It's all right, guys. I'm
doesn't-
going to
I
take
don't know.
Sven by
know.
myself. It'll be my win.
all I know is I'm very curious, and this
Didn't
is
say that with straight face.
this is of course just off screen from what we mentioned before last week. It's going to be very interesting on what happens between the party and Tickles. This is going to be very interesting and can go 3
Yeah.
or 4 different ways.
I will say,
No,
if-
Keo, none of us have teleportation.
Yeah, we don't have. Well, I don't think we have anyone with spells high enough for that.
well, no, because you don't have a high enough mage in order to cast it.
Yeah, I think you have to be.
Best we have is
Molly can
Misty
cast.
Step.
No, Molly can cast Tree Strider,
Yeah,
but she would. But nobody's near her, so
yeah,
that's an issue. But
yeah.
I did like Shadow Fox and
gonna
I
be interesting.
were talking like for a couple hours the other night about
That's what he was saying.
like what happens if Cal dies, and I kind of pitched to him a race that I've been wanting to bring into.
And it fits
Fifth
me
edition.
Yeah, thanks for
perfectly.
bringing that up, Rojan. It's only his dream race that he uses
I did-
any chance he can
I
get.
did tell her about that because I was so excited.
He was like, guess what Rojan was bringing? Guess what Rojan wants to bring in? And so he told me, and I was like, oh, of course you're going to choose that. You're going to kill your own character so you can be that. He
No,
was
no,
like,
no,
"Oh,
no, no,
but
no.
Where's my backup character?
No,
He's so
there's
excited.
a difference between being pretty sure that a character might die and just giving up.
Well, we're going to find out.
Cal is gonna pull out every single fucking stop.
There's
I'm
just
excited.
there's just a bright side to it that if like Cal dies, Shadow Fox gets to play like a dream race.
Yeah. I have not given up. I, as a player, have an idea of what I might be up against, and that is going to be a difficult fight.
Yeah.
But Cal is going to go full bore.
Good. This will be exciting.
It's
And I look forward to tomorrow.
Rosa, I was talking to Shadow Fox about it, and because I
Oh
can,
no, it's Shadow Fox, not HB Fox.
Oh yeah, Zale's not dying anytime
Zale's-
soon.
Yeah, no, Shadow Fox.
Zale just took on a Titan, fucking lived. Now
Yeah,
there were
I've
extenuating
had my fight.
circumstances, but
I'm just gonna
goddamn.
relax for like a week in that keep.
it's like there's a fight going on outside, and Zale's just kicked back in a chair reading a book with like a nice like glass of wine.
Glances out the window. Not my business.
Just shuts the blinds.
Which is great.
It's like I could bring in pretty much any race from like 3rd edition or whatever. It's not that hard to convert races into 5th edition. Now the classes, on the other hand, are a huge problem because you have a lot of balancing out that you have to be able to do. But classes are really easily tweaked. But I was talking to Shadow Fox about the Henge Yokai, which are a 3-5, like a 2nd 3-5 and 4th edition race, where they are natural shapeshifters that have a human form, a hybrid form, and a animal form. And they're usually like natural animals, and there is one that's a fox. And so
Kitsune!
it's not even a kitsune.
It's basically a
No,
kitsune.
no. The way I described it to him, I was because when you said the 3 different forms, I'm like, so, and of course my nerd popped in. I was like, so you ate the
Animorph.
fox devil's fruit where you have a human form, a full animal form, and a hybrid form. And
Or-
he's like, oh yeah.
No,
Or
Rosa,
you're an
I would
animorph.
not be a druid.
Or you're an
No,
animal.
that's what
I
it.
would
That's
not
what it
be a
is.
druid.
You so when you eat a animal fruit
Mhm.
in One Piece, you have a hybrid form where you're like part human, part animal. You could be like on your hind legs, whatever.
Yep.
You have your human form, and then you have like full blown animal
Yep,
form.
that is a Henge Yokai. So
Yep.
that's pretty much what it is.
How do you say that again?
Henge Yokai.
Henge yokai. Okay.
Hentai.
Hentai. There you
No.
go.
Close enough.
I
Close
mean,
enough.
we were just on a boat with black tendrils
That's true.
snaking its
Hentai.
way up there.
That's true. So, speaking of like custom races and stuff, I know it's a long way off, but I also know you've been giving campaign 3 a fair bit of thought, Rojan.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Yay.
Long
and-
way off may not be that long way off.
And
You never know with this group.
I know you seemed pretty excited about the idea of the shared backgrounds. Is it safe to assume that since we're all starting at level 1, we'll all be starting in like a school or a
It's Umbrella Academy is how we put it.
an academy type thing
Yeah.
together?
Like when you
Okay.
are starting off, it's going to be level 1, and you're all pretty much wet behind the ear trainees.
Okay. Are you open to
I will say I am open to anything.
okay.
If you want,
Yeah, because I wanted to talk to you about races.
If you want to be an ogre, I will work with you to make an ogre race.
I haven't thought too much about races
Nice.
yet, but I've been working on for several months now my own spell lists, custom spells, and
Ooh.
my own homebrew subclass for wizard. And
Oh, that's
if
right.
you're open to that sort of thing in campaign 3, then
Give
I
it to
will
me.
continue working on it.
Hell yeah, give it to me. If you
Okay.
guys have anything that you want to create class wise, spell wise, weapon wise, or anything like that, or if there's a race that you want to play that's not in like the 5th edition books, hit me up. I don't care. Like race wise, like as long as it's somewhat of a humanoid type thing, like it's got the ability to at least be bipedal, then it's fine.
Okay.
Like now if it's just like I want to be a beholder, well that's pushing it a little too far.
That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's common sense.
But like if you want to be an ogre or a troll or something like that, there's ways to work around that. Like even in the Midgard books, they have the troll born.
Yeah.
Or the troll blood, which are like kind of like half orcs but for trolls.
I will continue working on that stuff then, and present it to you when it is ready. I had been working on it for a while now, but then when I was writing stuff for the one shot, it kind of got me back into continue writing stuff for it, since the subclass is based on one of the lost schools of magic that I mentioned in the intro to that one shot. I figured it would be a fun way to kind of introduce that into things.
Oh, definitely, especially if it's like a part of like the lore of like the world that
That'd be fun.
the D&D
Yeah.
game takes place in. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, because I have an
Fox
idea.
is going to be a wizard of Necro Evo mutation.
It is a
So
a
mutant.
wizard with a specialization in vitamancy.
So he's just gonna cancel everything.
No,
See, you just
Not
canceled
quite.
it.
no.
You've been vetoed. You've been vetoed.
You only get
Not
so many of those a year.
vetomancy.
No, I know, but that was a play on words.
It was that or the other bit of magic that I'm working on, which is chronomancy. I don't want to
Ooh.
approach that yet because nobody wants to fuck with time.
Well, apparently
Oh.
Matt Mercer does, because that's what
Okay.
he's making.
Well,
Dunamancy.
anyone
Yeah,
that fucks with
Dunamancy.
time
Yeah, Dunamancy.
soon regrets fucking with time.
That's
A-
amazing.
anybody
I'm waiting for
else
Dunamancy to
picture
become
a
a thing. He's
surfer
hinted
wizard?
at it.
A surfer
Anybody else
wizard.
picture a surfer wizard? Dunamancy.
Dunamancy. Yeah, there's. I'll have to talk to you, Rojan, because there's some races you mentioned before that sounds cool, but I also want to tweak something about my class. It's nothing crazy. It's just I want to see if you'll let me get away with it, and
Okay.
it'd be fun. But
Yeah.
again, that's all down the road. We still have a lots to do in too. So
Maybe.
it's. Whoa!
Look, TPKs can happen whenever.
You know
I
that
will
bad
just
juju
say,
needs to get just out of here.
I will
This
just
is all
say that-
positivity here.
your actions in campaign 2 will heavily influence the world in campaign 3.
That's right. You did mention that. Yeah.
Not gonna happen, sir. Azrin, there have been times you guys have gotten close, like into like everyone is in danger level, and that the dragon or something has its breath weapon up. Like I will say, when you guys fought the wyvern and it's like it's zombies and whatnot,
That got scary.
things were not looking good.
No, it was not.
Because the one of the bone ghouls still had finger of death,
Yep.
and
And the null had just gotten down.
yep, and the dragon had recharged its breath weapon, so you guys would have taken more poison damage and everything. The only reason you guys got out of there alive and in the condition you were was because Molly remembered that she had the twig that if she broke it, she can receive aid from the Lord of the Hunt.
Yep.
But you
And the
guys,
bus came.
but then again, I wasn't expecting you guys to fight the dragon or to fight the
Well-
wyvern. The wyvern was mad, but she would have let you leave.
I mean, technically, we were thinking about it, and then Calros
Because
was just like, I
while-
got it. Oh, damn
Yeah.
it.
While they were under their home and protection, there were also squatters that were annoying them.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
you kind of did them a favor.
Yeah, that's true.
They were mad that you broke the rule, the sanctity of house and home, but at the same time you kicked out a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So they were just gonna tell you to leave and keep their horde, and that was it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people were like, no, you're evil, you must die, and it's like breath weapon.
No, not people. I take full responsibility for that.
It wasn't your character to do it, though. It was.
He
it
was
just-
tired. He was pissed, and he had evil undead in front of him,
I
and
think
it
a
needed
lot
to die.
of our really bad situations in that campaign could have been avoided by not attacking fucking dragons.
I tried to seduce one. I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't really try. I just didn't even do it.
No. Okay, Rojan, now that that fight is in the past, please clarify one thing and one thing only. For me, at least.
Okay.
No matter what,
Panzer, thank you for
would
those. Dude.
those dragons in the cave have attacked us?
The
two
of
the
them,
squatters.
the squatters, yeah, they would have attacked you.
No matter what.
No matter what, those dragons would have attacked you.
Thank you.
I mean, we were there to kill them anyway, so I mean,
because you smelled like mushrooms.
yeah. The idea was clever.
And
just
the cave dragon eats anything.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Because they have a constant curse of hunger. So they just continuously eat things.
My people.
My
We have something
people.
in common.
My
And
family.
That the shadow drake that was with it was pretty much just there to pick off the like any scraps or anything. It was like a vulture.
Yeah. Either way, I knew, because the second we found out it was a shadow dragon, we're like, oh yeah, we're totally fighting them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So yeah. But,
Yeah, those.
No, that was good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We're gonna see what happens. I just feel like no matter what happens, the group is gonna need to sit down with Tickles, depending on what Tickles does.
I'm going to hopefully get to shine for 2 rounds, and if I do, I'll call that a win.
I think this genuinely could be, as much as I don't want it to happen, because I do love Tickles. I think this genuinely could be the end for her. And by end, I don't necessarily just mean her death.
No, just like kicking her out or something.
Yeah, like if she does the things that Groudon had mentioned in Discord that she's thinking about, I don't see it ending any way other than us asking her to leave the party.
Yeah.
I don't even think. I think at that point, I don't think she would even have to be asked to leave the party, because she was kind of frustrated of how the stuff turned out during the duel, and then everyone started blaming her for it. Which in truth was not her fault.
It was not. However, the thing that was bothering us was not even the whole. I mean, part of it, yes, was the potion. We're like, why'd you use a mystery potion in a big battle like this? Fine, I'll take blame for that. However, the thing that Zale said it, Ash definitely agreed with it, is the whole she was way more bothered that the duel had no end, instead of realizing she killed people within 100-foot radius.
Yeah.
We're like, wait a minute, priorities, genocide versus
that question,
the duel not ending. We're like, wait a minute.
That question that Zale asked her before Zale's like, okay, and left.
That's why we're mostly upset.
That's what it was.
It wasn't even the potion at that point.
And what really kind of struck with Zale with that is, this is a repeat of something she has done in the past. She did to my people.
Yes.
She didn't really show much remorse back then, and now she showed no remorse whatsoever. It's like, now you've done this twice and you don't care. I will give you props for wanting a fair duel, but after what happened, you care more about the duel than killing all of those innocent bystanders. And in that moment of that happening, it crossed Zale's mind, what if I was here with my daughter?
Yeah.
That's where the problem is.
Because a lot of us have the parent mentality now. It's just like, okay, thank God our kids aren't here, but what if we don't go home to our kids? Or what if our kids were here? It's like, oh shit. Or even if we didn't have kids, just all of us. What if all of us just suddenly died? It's just, it goes so much deeper than that.
There's a difference between taking a chance and doing a Hail Mary and recklessness.
I just would have been satisfied if she showed like remorse. That's it. Yeah. I would have been satisfied with that, to be completely honest. But she showed no remorse, then she said, "Fuck the team because that's my son."
Her
I was like,
answer to that question had been, "Well, no, I'm upset because all those people were just killed." Then, okay, yeah, let's work together to find a solution. But that wasn't the case.
But props to wanting a fair fight, though.
This is something that she's been wanting since the beginning of the campaign. When after
It is.
so this was like trying to
We get that.
put it
We
into
get
that,
that
so-
aspect. We get that aspect of it. We honestly and truly do. We don't expect her to be entirely like happy about the duel, but the bigger issue.
Well, okay, so I'm on the side of Tickles on this one. If anyone is to blame, it's Ash, because Ash made the potion.
And no one checked it. I even said, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
All it takes to test a potion, and Zale has said this in character to everyone at least once, you just have to taste it. And that will tell you what the potion does. It is written in the book that that is how you do it.
Or
But
identify
Tickles
it.
never did it.
She had a year. Y'all had a year because like 3 of you, I think, had the special
Now,
one.
to be fair, Ash didn't do it either.
Nor
But-
did Molly.
When Ash gave it, and neither did Molly, when Ash gave it to Tickles, she did say, I don't know what this does. Or to be careful, or whatever
Yeah.
the exact wording was.
Yeah, I
But
basically
it was
said mystery
never
potion.
tested.
And I'm not an alchemist, so I don't know to taste test it. I'm just like, I don't know what this is. It could be dangerous, it could not be. But I'm just letting you know this is a mystery.
Yep.
There you go.
So it's on everyone that didn't identify it, but
Yeah.
the blame for what happened from that, I'm placing on the person that saw fit to use it in that moment.
Definitely not
knowing-
guiltless. I'm not saying
Knowing
that I am
they
the
didn't
innocent
know
one.
what it does.
I actually,
Yeah.
and I told Rojan this too. I actually agree that Tickles should not feel. I don't think Tickles should feel at fault for having used other people have used their mystery potion and it turned out well for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so she's not the only one that got that particular type of reckless. I don't
Yeah.
think she should feel bad that the potion did that when she didn't know, but
Yeah.
she should feel bad about what happened
Yeah.
Exactly.
in a general
Because it's still my
sense.
fault. I totally agree with that. It
It's-
is my fault, but no one checked it. She took a chance. Crazy things happen. Fine. You took a chance, and you know what? Taking chances do great things. It was just the fact that she had no remorse for killing
Yeah, exactly.
God knows how many people.
The potion was a mistake, and we've all made some pretty devastating mistakes in
Oh,
this
yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
So I can't hold that against anyone.
No.
It's the
Not even Tickles.
it's
I
the
mean-
lack of remorse for doing this type of thing a second time.
For instance, Cal felt bad about putting the party in a situation because of his actions, his, like his character flaws, his anger in that moment when he attacked the dragon when nobody else was making that move. And then Zale went down. And then we had to use big trump card to get the entire party out. That was kind of one of the reasons why he made it a point to go back there during the 1 year,
Finish him.
clear it out, and then bring those gifts to the others. Kind of like
Which
he
I
didn't
love
say
because now
it,
no one
but
can
that's
melt my
what
sword.
it was. He didn't say it, but that's part of what that was.
I love my sheath.
Obedient Corgi 13, thank you for the follow. I'm tripping over my own words here. All right, so
But yeah.
I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yeah.
We're
We
done
still
with
love
the tangents.
Tickles. We
Oh,
still
yeah.
love Tickles. Definitely don't
I want her
misunderstand
to
that. We
re-
love Tickles.
Yeah, I want her to remain a part of this party.
Yeah,
But-
same.
I think just the overall mood shift that has happened in the party after the year, she hasn't quite picked
She's
up on
gone
yet.
cray-cray in the past year.
We've only been together a week.
Not even, I don't think. Well, maybe. Yeah, no, because with a little bit of time passed for the giant. Yeah, no, because it's been a week. Crazy shit has happened every episode since.
All right, so I posted the links in chat to everyone's Twitch or Twitter if they don't stream HP Fox. But go give everyone a follow. They're all amazing people. We will catch you guys tomorrow for more Destiny Forge, and then on Friday for episode 3 of Sonata, which we will also be giving away another Kraken dice set. I need to check if they've even gotten the fulfillment yet, but as soon as
I'm
I
still
get
waiting
them,
on mine.
as soon as I get them, I'll be throwing them out. So I've got.
Like,
Why would you throw them away?
I've got
Ah!
I've got a list in my DM's notebook for the campaign of who won what, and as soon as it gets to me, I have your information. I have the winner's information on Discord so far. The next 2 winners will be added on there as well, and once I get it, I'll send it out to you guys.
Sounds good to me.
But yep, we are gonna head out now for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you guys tomorrow for some Destiny Forge. So then, guys, see ya.
Bye, guys.